Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, and we are joined by the manager this afternoon, Bill Pintard. Coach, last time we chatted, we talked about situational hitting and taking team ABs. How do you feel like your team has done the last couple games?
Pretty good, and they've been doing it good in batting practice. They've been doing a good job, and yesterday too, and we've been very patient. We've walked a ton too, so yeah, they're starting to figure out what's important to us and what should be important to them to help us win. So yeah, it's been good.
And look at the other side of the field in terms of pitching. Yesterday, you only went through two guys, Hudson and Ty. They were phenomenal going the complete game. Just the two of them. What are your thoughts on those two performances?
Well, they were really good. Hudson, I mean, he had 63 pitches in the sixth inning going into the sixth. So that was pretty economical. The double plays helped him. Picking that guy off helped him. We made a great play. Made a great play to keep a guy. There was one other play in there that saved him some pitches. A foul ball catch by Petey out there. So, yeah, that was the best he's pitched. And he's just learned a couple new pitches this past week from Coach Kramer. So it worked out well.
Going in the games today and tomorrow to finish out the homestand before we play slow on Sunday, any extra message or anything particular you want to see the team perform today and into tomorrow?
I just think we need to continue what we're doing. Playing hard, hustling. We're still getting guys thrown out on the base pass. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that play at the end of the game at second? He called him safe?
Yes.
Was that a bad call in your eyes?
From our angle, we have the umpire and the catcher standing up, so it's not the cleanest look. I couldn't give you an honest opinion.
That's pretty political. You should run for office.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
I was dodging a bullet there, buddy. I saw it from the side. He was out from me to you. So that's pretty far distance right now. So anyway, no, we just need to continue to play. I'm really confident because we got a strike thrower on the mound. And so he'll attack these guys, and hopefully we'll play some good defense. We got Sousa back in the lineup, which is good. He had a pulled hammy, and where he had a slight discomfort in his hamstring, and so that's why we rested him. If we get a lead, I'll probably take him out a little earlier today. But that's about the only thing. I think we're healthy all the way around.
Cool. Anything else?
No, it's a beautiful day. We're lucky to be here. I'm very grateful.
Me too.
That I get to do what I do. And fans, come out and watch us. Jack Holman's been on a streak. Patterson's been on a streak. And, and I think our pitching's going to, you'll get out of here. Last night we got out of here early, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was only 2:24.
2 hours and 24 minutes of sheer joy.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Thank you for having me
on. Of course, Coach.
I appreciate it, and you have a good game.
Thanks, Coach. We will. First pitch coming up right after this. The homestand continues for the Santa Barbara Foresters as they welcome in the Ventura Pirates for a Friday afternoon matchup. Hello, Hunter Shoemaker alongside Cole Walker welcoming you to Santa Barbara High School on another beautiful day. Well, Cole, yesterday, solid pitching for the Stars. They picked up a 6-2 victory over the Merchants, and we have another great arm on the hill today, Cody Howard.
Yeah, Cody Howard's been really spectacular this season. You know, he has a 1-0 record, pitched about 9 2/3 inning, and has 0 ERA. Has only allowed 7 hits and has 13 strikeouts. He is very familiar with the Pirates as well. Last time the Foresters were able to play the Pirates just a few days ago, had 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, only 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Got the shutout as well as got the win. So, you know, pitching's the name of the game here today. The last 2 times the Foresters have played the Pirates, they have shut them out a total of 14-0 versus runs gotten versus against. So hopefully Cody Howard can kind of continue it and keep it going on the mound today.
And you said it, Cole, last time that these two teams met was on June 21st. 14-0 the Stars took it over the Ventura Pirates. But, of course, Cody Howard on the hill getting the start. Let's take a look at the lineup today for the Ventura Pirates, who enter 3 and 6 on the day. Leading off in center field, Robert Pitts. To bat second, DJ Akiyama at short. Sean Yamaguchi will bat third and at third base. To bat cleanup and at first, Jose Mariano. To bat fifth, the DH, Sean Mann. In the sixth spot, the right fielder, Robbie Treto. Batting seventh and at second base, Ethan Gonzalez, the catcher. And in the 8-hole, Grant Madrid Murray. To round out the order, Ethan Kearney in left field. And Daniel Naria will get the start on the hill for the Ventura Pirates. The Stars entering today 9 and 5. Currently tied atop the CCL with the Conejo Oaks. Maybe it could be the first team to 10 victories here this afternoon.
Yeah, it'd be spectacular. You know, a lot of times we talk about how, you know, Foresters have been very dominant, especially early on in the CCL in past seasons. You know, both the Southern and Northern Division this year has a lot of talent throughout the league.
And here's Robert Pitts. First pitch missing for Cody Howard for ball 1. Pitts a .235 hitter on the year. 1-0 pitch, and that will miss low for ball 2. That last one at 92 missing from Howard, and he falls behind the leadoff man, Robert Pitts. It's another beautiful day, just a little bit of a light breeze. Currently going out towards the outfield fences. Here is the 2-0, and Pitts fouls it back. That is strike 1 to the leadoff man for the Ventura Pirates. Pirates enter today on a 4-game skid. Yesterday, they played against the Academy Barons in a very tough loss, 5-6. They got out to a very strong start, but gave up some runs in the middle of the ball game, which cost them. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Pitts drills this one in right center field, and unable to get there is Jonas Sebring. That is a leadoff base hit for Ventura. They have Pitts aboard.
Now batting for the Pirates, the shortstop, number 31, DJ Akiyama.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, DJ Akiyama. For Cody Howard, he is only that last hit from Pitts, only the 8th hit allowed in his 9 2/3 entering this ball game. Akiyama batting from the left side. Pitts now at first. Just underway in the top of the first inning. First pitch missed down and away, 93 on the delivery from Howard, 1-0.
Yeah, we know Howard can bring it with that fastball, like you just said a second ago, Hunter. About 93 to 95 really is where he's sitting at. It's really about if he can locate those off-speed pitches and possibly keep the Pirates' head shaken. You know, they've seen him multiple times, so they're very familiar.
Runner goes. Maxey, the catcher, throws it in, trying to apply the tag. Was Pompey, the shortstop, in and out of the glove. That's going to be a stolen bag for the Ventura Pirates and Robert Pitts. And now let's take a look at the lineup defensively for the Stars. Daniel Patterson will be at third base. TJ Pompey at short. Nolan Souza back in the lineup at second. Johnny Rodriguez at first. Dylan Maxey catching. The outfielder Will Rogers in left. Sebring center. Freeman in right. It's 1-1. And a check back to him at second base. It was a laser down at the pillow. Pompey's able to keep it from going into center field. Still 1-1. Cool. Already a chance here for the Pirates, and yesterday in their ball game against the Barons, 3 runs in the first, and they're already threatening with a man in scoring position and no outs. The 1-1 pitch now to Akiyama, and he whiffs through it. Strike 2.
Well, and this is the type of situation you got to be really careful about if you're Cody Howard. You know, Akiyama, you know, University of Hawaii player currently. Is coming back from injury. However, he can swing it with the best of them, especially with the man on second. You got to make sure you kind of pitch, you know, correctly and proper sequence. You also have an open base to play with too, so that's another factor you got to consider if you're Cody Howard.
The 1-2 pitch lifted and well out of play over the third base dugout. Remains 1-2. Akiyama, you said plays for Hawaii, but only his second game of the season with the Ventura Pirates. In game 1, he went 0 for 3.
And what's really dangerous, too, in this type of situation, the Foresters have played 2 games like we previously mentioned against the Pirates. So, I think from a confidence perspective, they feel really good coming in this game. However, like we saw against the Bombers, you really can never be too careful against these affiliated teams.
Here's the 0-1, popped up, shallow center field. Sebring moves in also with the second baseman, Souza, and it is Souza to call off the center fielder to make the squeeze. Akiyama retired, 1 away in the top of the first.
Sean Yamaguchi.
That's going to bring up Sean Yamaguchi. Robert Pitts remaining at second. Scoreless ball game, just underway, top of the first inning. Cody Howard retires the first man of the day for the Pirates. Yamaguchi standing in for the first time. Here's the pitch, and Yamaguchi on a breaking ball sends this one into left field. Shallow left field. Rogers scoops up, and the runner holds at third. And it looked like Pitts might try to come around to score, but that ball hit in the shallow left. He holds up at third to put runners on the corners. Already 2 knocks for the Pirates, and they're looking strong early.
I think the Pirates recognize from their last 2 games against the Foresters, they got to jump out early and active. They realize that if they can possibly dig into Howard early, especially if he's not necessarily locating his off-speed pitch as well, they can get on top of this game and possibly upset the Foresters today.
And the last time these 2 teams played, the Pirates only had 3 hits through 9. They've already got 2 today, and that'll bring up Jose Mariano. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that is in there at 93, 0-1.
Well, that's exactly right, Hunter. And you're going to see a lot of guys today, not taking a lot of pitches for the Ventura Pirates. You're going to try to possibly hop on a first pitch fastball as well as be aggressive on the bases. They do not want to drop to 0-3 against the Foresters this year.
Runners on the corners. A chance here for the Pirates. The 0-1 pitch, and this one is chopped over to second base. Souza flips it over to second. There's 1. Will it be 2? No. A run will come in to score. Pitts from third scores on the sacrifice from Jose Mariano. Really not the sacrifice, but he's able to drive in a run, and he will reach on the fielder's choice. Yamaguchi, the force out at second, or the second out.
Well, if you're Howard, you got to recognize, obviously it's not ideal. You'd like to get the double play on that. However, in 1 run, especially if you're able to get out of this inning with just that, damage is minimal. You can kind of, amp up the dugout and possibly get a few runs on the board in the bottom half of this inning and feel good about coming back out there in the second.
So the Pirates now lead 1-0. Here's Sean Mann, the DH. 2 gone, and Mariano now at first. The 0-1 pitch, and Mann will lay off the fastball, just missing in 1-1. And we said for Cody Howard has not allowed an earned run this season. Sometimes you enter a ball game, you know that, and sometimes it might even be beneficial if you get that early one, keep it to only a single run, just continue to roll. The 1-1 pitch, and this one is just tapped, and out goes off Maxey.
Yeah, Hunter, it's a mental battle as well as a physical battle. You recognize you're having a good year so far. You don't want to mess it up. And I think a lot of pitchers, especially in the collegiate league and the CCL, they want to get better for one, but they also kind of want to pat the stats, show everyone, especially if they didn't necessarily play a lot that year in college. A lot of these guys in this league are freshmen and sophomores, or possibly have redshirted. So they want to showcase how good they are, but it's also one you want to continue to stay perfect. And it is kind of a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for Howard to be like, well, that's the first run, and that's all they're going to get right now, So it's a kind of a mental grind as well as a physical grind and kind of prove others wrong.
Mariano remains at first, 2 gone. Howard now ahead in the count. Here's 1-2 pitch, and this one is popped up in the left center field. Moving in is Will Rogers in left. Full-blown sprint, can't make the catch. That ball falls. TJ Pompey, the shortstop, also tracked back. But, man, skies it in the shallow left. That's going to fall for a base hit. That's going to continue this inning for the Pirates. 3rd hit of the inning. And, again, in their last game that they played against the Santa Barbara Foresters, they had 3 hits in the entire ball game. They've already got 3 here today. Here's Robbie Treto. Already a run in, 1-0 Ventura lead. Top of the first. Here's the pitch. And this one's popped up. Left side, looks like Patterson foul ground from the third base dugout. Fights back the win in, makes the squeeze. Good job from Daniel Patterson. Had to readjust with that win and makes the catch. Howard and company limit the damage to only a single run. Go to the bottom of the first. Forster bats up next.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
The road team, the Ventura Pirates, now lead 1-0 going to the home half of the first. Daniel Naria, the right-handed pitcher, getting his second start on the hill, entering today's 6th-inning pitch and higher ERA, 9 ERA for the right-hander. But looking at the Foresters lineup here today for Bill Pintard, leading off and catching Dylan Maxey to bat second in center field. Jonas Sebring batting third, and at third, Daniel Patterson in the cleanup spot, the second baseman Nolan Souza to bat fifth, and in left, Will Rogers. In the sixth spot, TJ Pompey, who will be the shortstop, our first baseman, and batting seventh, Johnny Rodriguez. In the eighth spot, the DH, Smaldino, and the 9-hole hitter in right, Jackson Freeman. The Sturs now lead 1-0, but last couple games, the offense hasn't had the same kind of pop that we've seen in the segment prior when we've seen the season breaking down in the segments. It was a great pitching, a little stagnant offense, and the offense exploded. But yesterday they were able to push in 6 runs.
Yeah, the Foresters really got to take a note from the Pirates today. After that inning, obviously not the strongest necessarily from Cody Howard. You need to bounce back quick. And the Foresters, in every single game they've been able to dominate in, if you'd use that word, it's been in games where they've been able to establish their offense early, get guys going. And the last few games, it's been a little bit more of a scrap. Obviously they've started to kind of pick up the winning and pick up the pace a little bit. However, they've been able to do that through smart base running as well as good at-bats, getting deep into the bullpen as well as hitting the ball the other way and having good approaches. So hopefully that can carry over to today as well.
In terms of the last couple games as well for the Sturs, being able to capitalize on their opposition's mistakes. Saw a couple extra base hits and some home runs down in Arroyo, but really capitalized on early errors in that ball game and yesterday as well, capitalizing on errors from the Merchants. But here is Dylan Maxey to lead things off, 1-0. The road team, the Pirates, that lead the Sturs. Here's the first pitch to Dylan, and Maxey will see a ball down low. Maxey, Sebring, Patterson in this inning. Daniel Naria, the right-hander from Glendale Community College. He fires in the 1-0 pitch to Dylan. And Maxey, he turns away from that one. That is ball 2, nearly hits him.
Little chin music right there. Possibly as a strategy move from Naria to possibly establish his fastball high, maybe get Maxey off the plate a little bit.
Maxey having a great start. Talked to him yesterday before the game. It was great catching up with him. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Maxey sees another one in at 88. Ball 3 for Dylan, 5 for 11. It's good for a 455 average. Been good at the top of the order. Here comes a 3-0 pitch to the leadoff man. The delivery from Naria, and Dylan will take a strike, just clipping the corner, and Naria gets himself back in the count.
Well, Hunter, you talk about a guy that came into the season a little late but has made an immediate impact on the Foresters, especially at that top of the lineup position and behind home plate.
And Naria coming set on the hill. The 3-1 pitch popped up, and the starting pitcher for the Ventura Pirates gets himself right back in the count. 3-2. Jonas Sebring will be on deck for Santa Barbara. They trail 1-0 after the Pirates push in a single run off 3 hits in this opening inning. That's another great day from Santa Barbara. Light breeze going out towards right center field. Daniel Naria in his second start. Here comes the payoff pitch to Dylan Maxey, and Dylan will see ball 4 in. It's a leadoff walk for the Sturs. They have Maxey aboard.
Well, and a good job by Maxie not getting too anxious. You know, a lot of times when you're up 3-0 in a count and guy fights back, you feel like you have to do something in order to kind of prove yourself, / you don't want to get struck out. So the fact he was able to take that inside pitch, you know, it's a difficult take, however, great eye by Maxie, and it's always good to start out the inning with your leadoff man getting on, especially in a walk.
Here comes Jonah Sebring. And yesterday for Jonah, a lot of good production from him. 2 RBI base hits in the victory against the Merchants. Couple deep shots as well into the outfield. First pitch, and that breaking ball started on the body mass of Sebring. He had to duck under it, but it'll miss inside for ball 1. Sebring in his 2 flyouts, 1 to left in the opening inning and 1 in the center. He definitely gave him a rock into the outfield, very close to the outfield fences. 1-0 pitch, and Sebring swing and a miss, 1-1.
That was a big hack from Sebring right there. He wanted it. Can't be too anxious, especially at the beginning of games.
Pirates enter today 3-6. The Sturs 9-5. Both Santa Barbara and the Conejo Oaks at that 9-5 mark in the CCL South. Man at first, no outs. Here comes 1-1 pitch, and Jonas takes a strike on a check swing, 1-2.
It's been nice to see the Foresters, especially in this kind of last segment of the season so far, kind of have a little bit of fight. You know, you saw the grit, especially, you know, that we didn't necessarily see in that kind of segment where their offense was a little stagnant and their pitching wasn't as on point. But you saw the grit in these guys being able to come back from big ball games and win, as well as put numbers on the board.
Sebring behind in the count. And Aria, the 1-2 pitch, and this one's sent down the right field line. Will it stay fair? No, just inches down the chalk line, out of play. 1-2, it will remain for Jonah Sebring. Dylan Maxey, he might have tried to come home to score, but just inches, about a third, maybe halfway down that right field line, that ball out of play.
Well, you just mentioned that good jump by Maxey. That's good base running as well, recognizing that for the most part there's very little chance that either the first baseman or the right fielder even had a shot to catch it. So we knew it was going to be a bloop single. He just was waiting for it to be foul or fair, and he was able to get around second quick. And like you mentioned before, if that fell, he most likely would be able to come home.
So remains a ball and 2 strikes for Jonah. Daniel Patterson is on deck. And Naria, 1-2 pitch, and this one's popped up nearly the same side, and the right fielder moves in. It was a moonshot. Treto makes the squeeze, and smartly from Dylan Maxey scampers his way all the way back. Not to get doubled up, but Sebring retired in right.
Number 8, the third baseman, Daniel Patterson.
Let's go bring up Daniel Patterson. Bumped up a couple spots in the order today. Had 1-for-4 day yesterday. Victory against the Merchants. Still got Maxey at first. The Sturs trailing by a run. Bottom of the opening inning. Ria recording his first out of the outing, and a check back to first base. Saw some good pickoff moves yesterday from both starting pitchers.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, one of the biggest things that the Foresters have shown us this season is how aggressive they are on the bases, and so sometimes they do kind of overplay their hand a little bit. However, the Foresters able to do it on the mound as well. Good pickoff moves.
First pitch to Daniel, and Daniel sends this one fair ground. Here comes the pitcher, barehands it, and the throw over to first was in time to retire Patterson. Both Madrid Murray, the catcher, and Naria came to that one.
Now batting for the Foresters,
But his pitcher to make the play over to Mariano at first, 2 gone.
second baseman, number 3, Nolan Souza.
Maxey is able to advance to second. He's going to bring up Nolan Souza. It's great to see him back in the lineup. Missed the last couple games with a lower body strain. But it's good to see Nolan batting fourth today, and at second base. Chance still to drive in Dylan Maxey. Try to tie up this ball game in the opening inning. And Ria recording his second out on the 1-3 putout. Look back to second base, keeping tabs on Maxey. Here's the pitch, and Souza sees it high and away, 1-0.
Well, Hunter, you just mentioned it too, Souza with that kind of lower back strain. Bill Pintard, being the manager he is, he has the guys, you know, the depth on this roster is fantastic, so he really does not want to rush anyone back. You know, we've had some guys throughout the season. John Rodriguez is another example that's gotten a little banged up. And this is summer ball. You don't want to get guys hurt. You want to make sure they feel comfortable out there and get them good at bats, but you don't want to put too much strain on their body as well.
Souza is ahead in the count with 2 gone here in the first. 1-0 pitch, and that find the strike zone, lower corner, 1-1. Again, we talked about the segments for the Sturs in terms of their season. Well, when we first started the season, the pitching was phenomenal. Offense a little bit slower. Then we saw the offense explode. It was like 50 runs in 5 games for the Sturs. Last couple sequences, last couple matchups for the Sturs, good pitching, but offense has been scrappy. Hasn't had the same amount of pop, but still able to find victories, good production, just in a bit of a different fashion. Here's the 1-1, and Nolan sees away in Madrid. Murray, great grab. Keep runner at second, 2-1.
But I think the best example of that, too, was against San Diego Bombers, a non-CCL affiliate a few games ago. You know, up big, 8-4 in the 8th inning. Bombers were able to put one over the fence, tie it up in a grand slam fashion. But later on in the bottom half of that inning, the Foresters were able to fight back, and that's just one perfect example of how the Foresters were able to kind of, you know, find themselves, be calm in tough moments, and kind of leg things out on the bases and get hits when they need to.
Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Souza takes it over to the third baseman. It goes right through his legs. Dylan Maxey looks to come home to score. It's going to be toast. It's going to be close to play at the plate. Safe is Maxey. Looks like Maxey was going to be tried to held up. Mixed signals from the third base coach, but Dylan Maxey comes in to score as Sean Yamaguchi. That went straight through his legs at third base, and Maxey scores from second, tying this up at 1.
Third base coach Steve Shuck was basically in Maxey's way. He almost grabbed him on that one. He was very determined to keep him at third, and Maxey saw an opportunity and was not gonna say no. So great base running by Maxey to recognize where that ball went. And Foresters get on the board early. Exactly what they need to do.
Capitalizing on the error, Souza now at first. This is going to bring up Will Rogers. And bats from the right side. 2-out error. Costing the Ventura Pirates now tied at 1. Here's the first pitch. Slow roller over to the first baseman who backhands it and just has to touch first base on his own. Rogers will ground out for the 3rd out, but the Sturs do bring in a run. We go to the second, tied at 1. Santa Barbara High School.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
To the second inning, Ethan Gonzalez, Grant Madrid Murray, and Ethan Kearney coming up for the Ventura Pirates. Cody Howard remains on the hill. It is a 1-1 ball game. Pitts scored in the first for Ventura, and Dylan Maxey did the same for the Sturs. Both leadoff men came around to score. Here's the first pitch to the second baseman, and Ethan Gonzalez sees it down at 90, ball 1.
Well, that just kind of showcases how important it is to get that opening out, especially from the leadoff hitter. You know, Maxey on a walk and Pitts on a single. You know, it's so crucial to get that first runner out.
A big swing and a miss. There's another fastball from Cody, 1-1. And Howard has been phenomenal in his first 2 starts with the Foresters. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and Gonzalez sees it down low. Maxey tries to frame it, but it is ball 2. And when you look at the line for Howard entering today, 2 walks compared to 13 strikeouts and only 9 2/3 innings. He's been fantastic. It's 2-1 to the leadoff man. Here's the pitch, and Gonzalez sees a high fastball, ball 3.
Well, you hope, early struggle in this game. You hope Howard can possibly center himself, get himself back exactly where he needs to go. Giving up that 1 run, all things considered, is not that big a deal, especially as they continue on with this ball game.
3-1 pitch. Looks like time was called right before that pitch was thrown by the batter, Gonzalez. And that's going to benefit Cody Howard. It looked like that ball was going to be in, so another chance on the 3-1 pitch. Might have been on the corner of the strike zone. Call could have gone either way. Now here's a 3-1 pitch for real, and Gonzalez will foul it back. Full count.
Yeah, big thing for any pitcher, especially in your first 2 innings. We've seen this kind of throughout the year. It's about feeling out the umpire's strike zone, right? Sometimes they'll give you the outside corner, sometimes the inside. Maybe they'll give you high or low. You just got to feel it out for the first 2 innings.
And that breaking ball is going to miss down and away, and Ethan Gonzalez will work a lead-off walk to kick off the second inning. When you look, Ventura Pirates 3 hits in the first, and Cody Howard gives up the free pass to the man who plays for CSU LA, now at first. That's going to bring up the catcher, Grant Madrid Murray, still looking for his first hit of the season. That's out of the 8th spot. We saw Howard glare over to Gonzalez at first. Here's a bunt attempt, and that will go foul from the catcher. 0-1.
Yeah, after that last at-bat, looked like Howard was visibly frustrated himself, had to take a little bit of a longer walk around the mound to possibly center himself, get his mind right. It's difficult, especially for starters, where they're not necessarily used to, being so dominant through 2 or 3 games. They're not necessarily used to guys on the base path. You got to think about multiple things at a time, as well as go out of the stretch, something you're not necessarily as comfortable as.
Big, good pickoff move from the man on the hill, Howard. Will remain 0-1 for Madrid Murray. And in terms of aggressiveness for the Pirates on the bases, only 12 for 17. Microscopic numbers compared to the Sturs. What they do they get him at first this time? No, very good move again from Cody. Still 0-1 for the catcher.
Yeah, I think any numbers would be microscopic against the Foresters going on the bases. They have had a green light for a majority of guys on their starting roster throughout the season, and they have not been shy to take advantage of that.
Here's the 0-1, and this one's fouled back. Just the right of home plate for strike 2 for the Sturs. Their running numbers 31 to 50. 50 attempted stolen bases on the year. Just 14 games. Ridiculous numbers on how aggressive they are in terms of running. The Pirates, again, they only have 17 attempted stolen bases. Granted, fewer games. But still, Sturs very aggressive. Here's the 0-2, and Madrid Murray's swing and a miss. The fastball got him. Cody Howard, 1 down in the second.
Some MLB teams, Hunter, don't even have that through a season, and the Foresters have that through 15 games. I mean, it is astronomical. It's amazing, And obviously it makes baseball a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining. But sometimes it does get a little frustrating, especially when here in the booth early on in the season when they had the offensive struggles. It was difficult to watch, especially when guys weren't necessarily hitting because you were giving up free base runners.
This one's down the left field line for Ethan Kearney, and that ball will get down fair. Motoring his way from first, Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks to score from first. Gonzalez will come around to score. That is an RBI double for the 9-hole hitter, Ethan Kearney. And the Ventura Pirates regain their lead. 2-1 now our score.
Now batting for the Pirates, number 5, the center fielder, Robert Pitts.
So Ethan Kearney at the 9th spot. Big extra base hit, and this is going to bring around the top of the order, Robert Pitts. Ventura now lead 2-1. The man who reached on the leadoff walk, Gonzalez, scores the 2nd run of the day for Ventura. Cody Howard Looking to find the strike zone against a man at the top of the order. Here's the pitch. Pitts looks to lay down a bunt out of play down the first baseline. Strike one.
Yeah, it just seemed like Howard's been missing a little bit, even with this fastball today. You know, that ball was a little bit outside. He was able to kind of flip it. Kearney was able to kind of flip it to left. Had a little bit of power behind it as well, but, you know, we have all seen it before. If Howard can locate, he's a very effective pitcher. Just struggling a little bit early on in this ball game.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Pitts will take a fastball down to even up the count 1-1. Already 4 knocks for Ventura. 3 in the first, and now 1 here in the second to tie up the ball game. 1-1 pitch, and Robert Pitts reaches for it, and that is strike 2. Good delivery there from Howard. Pitts had the leadoff base hit in the opening inning. Did come around to score. And he's got Ethan Kearney now at second. Good leadoff at second base, and Pompey holding on to him. That forces Howard to step off and toss over to the shortstop.
Yeah, in some situations it's better if you just don't even necessarily think about the runner. You know, you got to kind of focus on the batter. A lot of times guys get caught up with it, especially if you're a starting pitcher and aren't necessarily used to having guys in scoring position like Howard has at the start of the season.
1-2 pitch, and Pitts sees it down and away. Ball 2. Just a matter of trying to find that one thing and reset for Cody Howard. He's been so good on the hill. It happens to any athlete. Don't have your best stuff to start a game. Start golf round, check back to second base. Safe is the call. Kearney slides back in. Remains 2 balls, 2 strikes for Pitts. DJ Akiyama waits on deck, 1 away in the second. Here's the offering, and the 2-2 foul back. We will do it again.
Well, for Howard, too, that same idea applies of possibly not necessarily overthinking it. You know, you recognize that you have the right stuff. But sometimes, you know, you wake up and it's just not working, you know, and that might just be Howard today. He's just got to fight through it.
Here's the 2-2, shallow center field. The shortstop goes back, and TJ Pompey makes the squeeze. Good read from TJ at short to retire Robert Pitts. The soft hit liner into center. Shortstop makes the play. 2 down in the second to bring up the shortstop, DJ Akiyama, and the man remains at second. That's Ethan Kearney. Now here comes the pitching coach out of the first base dugout, Ryan Kramer. And for the pitching coach, in terms of pitchers today, obviously Howard got a big second out here in the second inning. But Garrett Stratton, Ty Zarodnik, we would expect to see in the early goings of the ball game whenever Howard completes his outing. A righty and a lefty. What do you think that message is right there for Kramer to his man?
You know, Kramer's been fantastic about picking his moments to kind of talk to his pitcher this season. And I'm sure a lot of it is just kind of calm down, recognize, you know, Bill Pintard's honed on this as well, that, you know, everyone here on this Forces roster is good. They're here for a reason. They recognize there's talent. So you just got to be confident within yourself. And in this situation, you got 2 outs. You're on the bump, man on second. Just don't try to do too much, you know. You're not even necessarily looking for the strikeout. You're looking for either the ground out, fly out, anything to get you out of this ballgame and back into the dugout.
DJ Akiyama 0 for 1 currently. Here's this pitch, and in the left field, Will Rogers moves in that ball and shallow. That ball will fall. A runner looks to come home to score from second, and he will. Ethan Kearney scores from second base. That is an RBI single from DJ Akiyama. We've seen a couple of those fly balls just plopping their way in shallow outfield grass. That's another one, and the Ventura Pirates now lead 3-1 over Santa Barbara.
Yeah, they might have gotten kind of spooked, especially with that Pitts leadoff single in the first inning. They kind of moved back a bit, but like you just mentioned, Hunter, a lot of those little, not necessarily even blue pits, but just kind of soft line drives, if you will, have been landing both in right and left today, and Ventura's been able to capitalize on them.
There's Sean Yamaguchi, who has one of the 5 hits today for Ventura. Just in the top of the second, they now lead 3-1. 2 more runs in here for the Pirates. Jack back to first base. Good move from Cody again. Remains 1-0 for Yamaguchi. The Pirates entering today, dropping 4 straight games, but they did get off to a very strong start yesterday against the Academy Barons. 3 runs in the first. Another check back to the man at the first station. But another quality start to a ball game for the Pirates here this afternoon.
And Howard's got to recognize the disengagement rule coming up soon here.
Another check back to first. And it remains 1-0 for the third baseman, Sean Yamaguchi. Plays for Nevada out in Reno. There's a 1-0 pitch, and this ball is swinging and a miss. It was a fastball from Howard, 1-1.
Yeah, that's Howard being a little pissed off right there, you know, giving it a little extra oomph on his fastball, a little extra mustard, and trying to reestablish himself and get himself going here, top half of the second.
1-1 pitch and missing high. Another fastball, ball 2. Ventura, the third out of 4 matchups between the Pirates and the Sturs this season. 2-1 pitch and a breaking nose, another fastball, a rip and a miss, 2-2. That fastball's been sitting right around 92 from Cody on the hill. 2 gone, 2 runs in. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and this one's grounded back up the middle, and the second baseman Souza makes the play, and the throw over to first in time. And Sean Yamaguchi is retired for the third out of the inning. 2 runs in for the Pirates. Go to the home half. The second, Sturs trail by 2.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the second inning, and the Ventura Pirates now lead 3-1 over the Santa Barbara Foresters. TJ Pompey, Johnny Rodriguez, Dominic Smaldino up for the first time today. In the first inning, the Sturs came around and pushed in Dylan Maxey for their first run, but they now trail by 2.
Yeah, the Foresters getting out early. It's exactly what they need to do. But, you know, Cody Howard not necessarily having his best stuff today. That's going to happen throughout this season. And the Foresters really want to continue on this hot streak and make it to Wichita. They got to be able to fight back in these situations where your pitcher, you know, the starting pitching this year has been so spectacular. They have to kind of fight back in scenarios where their starting pitcher doesn't necessarily have their stuff and isn't as great. So the Foresters have to kind of establish themselves early on in this game offensively.
Daniel Naria remains on the hill. Here's the first pitch to TJ, and it will miss high. TJ is able to check his swing. 1-0. For Pompey this year, he's 279 on 12 for 43 at the dish. Leading things off, Johnny will follow, and then Smaldino. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and TJ will see it in. That is ball 2 for Daniel Naria. Give up 2 base runners. One was a walk, and there's a 2-out error in the opening inning, which allowed a run to come in to score for the Sturs. DJ ahead in the count against the right-hander from Glendale CC. There's the 2-0 pitch, and Pompey skies it down the left field line. Ethan Kearney moves over in the middle of the outfield lawn and makes the squeeze. TJ retired for the first out in the second.
Seemed like TJ just missed that ball, you know. Just kind of slightly off. If he had a little bit more of that, we could have seen that one going over the left field fence easy. He's got the power to do it.
Yeah, Pompey had a very good batting practice here this afternoon. Like a home run derby for him. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple extra base knocks for TJ in this ball game. Here's Johnny Rodriguez batting from the left side. One away, base is clear. And hails from Fullerton, California. Goes to Long Beach State. Good matchup here for Johnny. First pitch. And a breaking ball missing away, ball one.
It's been good to see Johnny get back in this lineup. You know, had a little bit of an injury early on in the season, but been one of the most productive guys, too, when he has been playing for the Foresters so far.
And at first base, so good having a lefty first baseman in there defensively as well. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and Johnny will take away 2-0.
Well, Rodriguez, like I just mentioned, having a great season so far, and this at-bat's a perfect example that seeing those two pitches just slightly on the outside corner, he's been seeing the ball really well, and has been having and putting himself in really good counts to be successful.
Naria, first two missing away. Here's a third pitch, and that one also missing away. That is ball three for Rodriguez. Smaldino awaits on deck for Santa Barbara. Yesterday for Rodriguez, went 0 for 3 against the Merchants. But he had a very good game against the Royal Seco Saints, getting on board a couple times in that ball game. Also came around to score. One away, base is clear. Stars trail by 2. Here is a 3-0 pitch, and Rodriguez will take one down the middle. And Naria gets himself back in the count. 3 balls and a strike. Ventura a run in the first and 2 in the second. Currently in the bottom of the second. Johnny Rodriguez one away. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Naria. And Rodriguez will foul it back. Full count. Another very nice day from Santa Barbara. We saw the winds a little bit different yesterday to start the ball game. That affected that deep ball from Jonas Sebring. But currently, dead winds, even the American flag in center field. Limp. Santa Barbara High School is very protected from the winds. But here comes a 3-2 pitch. And Rodriguez on a breaking ball. One hop to the shortstop who stands his ground. Akiyama the throw to the first baseman. Pulls him, but still able to make the play at first. Mariano had a hop to get that ball, but able to slap the tag on Rodriguez. Or he fell before Johnny got there, one of the two, but he makes the play at first.
Yeah, it's a heads-up play from Mariano at first base. It's a tough ball, whether it's coming from second, third, or short, you know, be able to get that tag down, especially when you don't even know the runner's speed. You're not necessarily sure at what point he's going to come across the bag. So good play by Pirates, especially by Mariano right there.
2 up, 2 down for Daniel Naria, the starter for Ventura. And here is Dominic Smaldino, serving as the DH. Real good pop in the 8th spot for the Stars today. They trailed by 2. Swing and miss for strike 1.
Yeah, this is a guy we've been so happy to see kind of get himself back in this lineup. You know, had kind of a slow start for the Foresters, but over the last 3 or 4 games, Dominic Smaldino has been able, especially kind of in pinch hit situations, hit with power. We've seen a few big shots, especially one against Ventura a few games ago. So Dominic been able to kind of hit himself back into this line, which has been fantastic.
This one's drilled down the left field line. It's drawn. Will it stay fair? Right at the foul pole and right at the fence. But is that ball gone? It is caught.
That's one that really thought it might drift a little bit. Like you said a second ago, Hunter, the winds have been a little dead here this inning. So maybe thought Dominic could get another one, maybe sneak it around the foul pole. But alas, just a big pop out.
Smaldino sent that one deep in the left field, and right at the wall is Ethan Kearney to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Smaldino gave it a run, but comes up empty. Go to the 3rd. Stars trail by 2.
So please be ready by the blue tent
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Top of the third, Jose Mariano, Sean Mann, Robbie Trato due up for the Ventura Pirates. They lead 3-1 over the Santa Barbara Foresters, and you have to imagine for Cody Howard remaining in the ballgame, wants to try to get ahead in counts if at all possible. Here's the first pitch, and he does just that. Ball fouled off over the first base dugout from Mariano, strike one.
Yeah, Hunter, you get the sense, especially even early on in this game, that might just be kind of one of those grind-out situations for Howard. You know, stuff not necessarily hitting exactly where it's supposed to. His command's been a little off. His fastball's gotten up there in miles per hour, but he hasn't necessarily been able to use that second and third pitch in his arsenal effectively. So hopefully Howard can kind of center himself and just kind of grind out this game. That's the exact same message that should be shouted out to the offense as well for the Foresters today.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Mariano chops it down the third baseline foul. That is strike two. It's another fastball from Cody. 6'1", 200-pound right-hander. Plays for Texas, and we've had two Longhorns starters on the hill the last 2 days. Hudson Hamilton yesterday. Quality stuff from him going 6. It's now Howard. Sean Mann will be on deck. Mariano first time up, ground into a fielder's choice. 1-2 pitch, and this one is lined into left center field, and that ball into the gap. Mariano rounds first to second base. He will go, and that will be a leadoff stand-up double for Jose Mariano. That is the second double of the ball game for the Ventura Pirates, and they have a man at second.
Yeah, no one necessarily getting ready in the bullpen yet. However, would not be surprised if Coach Ryan Kramer had a few guys start getting a little loose. You know, you don't want to have this snowball into something larger.
A run in the first, 2 runs in the second. The Santa Barbara Foresters want to prevent 3 runs in the third, continuing that trend for the Pirates. But here's Sean Mann. It's 1-for-1, a base hit in the opening inning. First pitch, fouled off over the first base dugout. Another heater from Cody, strike one.
Well, it's interesting, too. The Foresters offensively need to kind of see a few more pitches, get deep into bats. But Pirates have kind of taken the opposite approach and trying to get out early, swinging at first pitch fastballs, realizing that this is one of the only ways they can possibly attack Howard effectively.
The off man at second, Mariano. The 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. Another fastball from Cody. 0-2. Robbie Trato will be on deck for the Ventura Pirates, entering 3 and 6 in the CCL South. The 0-2 pitch, and this one is chopped over too short. Fielding and going to third base and applying the tag is Daniel Patterson. Mariano tried to advance from second and thrown out at the third station for the first out. Good read from Pompey to throw to Patterson for the tag at third, and Mann will reach on a fielder's choice.
A little bit of a mistake from Mariano there going on that ground ball, but a heads-up play from T.J. Pompey and Daniel Patterson as well.
Here's Robbie Trato. Now 1 gone, and a man at first, fastball in, ball 1 from Cody Howard. And Mariano, who had that leadoff double, giving the Sturs a gift, taking out a man from scoring position. 1-0 pitch, and Trato will take a strike. Another fastball from Cody, 1-1.
Well, for Howard right here, you want to keep the double play in play. You know, you're most likely not necessarily going to rely heavy on your fastball later on in counts. You're going to try to most likely work your curveball and changeup into the rotation. And
maybe a chance right here. Souza over to Pompey, but only he was playing back at short. Just applies the tag at second base for the force out. And Trato Grounds into the fielder's choice. Pompey had to cover a lot of distance to get over to second, but they do get the second out, and a second consecutive fielder's choice for the Pirates, 2 gone.
Seemed like Pompey thought maybe there was 2 outs on the board the way he ran through that bag. He was basically halfway to the dugout by the end, finishing that play, and had a chance to possibly get him at first. It would have been a tight play, however. Not necessarily sure that he knew how many outs there were on the board.
So now man at second. Here's Ethan Gonzalez, who led off the last inning with a walk. First pitch and a swing and a miss at the first pitch. Fastball, 0-1.
Regardless, Forster's doing a really good job this inning, keeping guys out of scoring position, especially since after that leadoff double.
And that first is Trey Till. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez will take a strike at 92. 0-2. Howard, well done to get himself well ahead in the count here against the second baseman, Gonzalez. Glare over to first. And the Pirates not a big running team. Here's the 0-2 down the dirt, ball 1. Talked how this is the third matchup between these two teams. The first matchup, it was a tight contest all the way to the end. The Pirates dropped that game. Sturge won. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this is just stays in alive. Is Ethan Gonzalez tapping it down. But in the first meetup between the two teams, Sturge won 4-0 over the Pirates. It's actually the second game of the season for Santa Barbara.
Yeah, that was the home opener. Jackson Cloud had a fantastic day.
Mm-hmm.
He pitched 6 innings.
2 gone man first, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Howard strikes him out. Couple base runners for the Pirates, but Cody Howard works around the lead-off double and the side retired. We go to the bottom of the third. Pirates, they lead 3-1 over the Sturs. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Go to the third inning from Santa Barbara High School, Eddie Matthews Field. Road team, the Ventura Pirates, lead 3-1 over the Sturs. Jackson Freeman, Dylan Maxey, and Jonas Sebring will be coming on up for the Sturs. They trail by 2.
Leading off for the Foresters, the right fielder number
Here's Freeman.
13, Jackson Freeman.
Become accustomed to right field for Bill Pintard. Saw him yesterday only record a single plate appearance. He was hit before he was picked off in the second inning, but leading things off here for Santa Barbara. See if they can get some base runners and try to get back those couple runs they gave up.
Yeah, Freeman been one of the most consistent guys, especially lower in the lineup before Bill Pintard at the start of the season. Has really been in that 9-hole spot. Hit earlier against the Bombers a few games ago, however, has been fantastic and very consistent in the bottom half, which is exactly what you need from your 7, 8, 9 guys.
First pitch from Daniel Naria, who remains on the hill, missing down low for ball 1. And Naria, only his second start of the season, it's his third appearance. 1-0 pitch to Jackson, and Freeman sees it away. That is ball 2. For Naria, struggled in his first couple appearances, but he's been settling in, and really the only blemish was that leadoff walk. He has retired the last 4 Santa Barbara Foresters. And again, sometimes you just need to get a couple appearances under your belt to really start to find your groove. Batting, pitching, whatever it is, a 2-0, missing away ball 3.
Well, and likewise for the Foresters offensively, they might just need a few innings to kind of get it going. You know, you just never know when you're going to be able to break through. A few base runners here and there, a few infield singles can do wonders for your team momentum-wise.
Jackson sees a 3-0 pitch, and that is down the middle. And the starting pitcher, Noria, gets himself back in the count. Dylan Maxey, top of the order, is next. Freeman, leadoff man, get aboard. Only 2 base runners so far today for Santa Barbara. 1 a walk, 1 on an error. 3-1 pitch. And Freeman will see ball 4 high and away at 88 from Daniel Noria. It's a leadoff walk for the second inning in this ball game.
Now batting for your Foresters, sponsored by Dean Vaughn with the catcher.
And then it was Dylan Maxey worked a leadoff walk in the opening inning.
Maxey!
Yeah, Maxey here looking to either get the man over or possibly even sent to the outfield. He's been really good and made a fantastic impact early on in his Foresters career. Hopefully he can continue it right here.
An off day yesterday, we saw Ryan Taman catcher, who's been very good behind the dish for Santa Barbara. Here's the first pitch, and this one's sky high, and this ball will go out of play just behind home plate and into the embankment, just down the third baseline behind the stands. Very high, strike number 1 for Dylan. Score 3-1, Ventura lead. For the first time in the ballgame, they haven't scored in an inning, top half of the third. Man, at first, nobody out. Chance here for the Stars as the 0-1 will drop in there for strike 2.
And if you're Maxey right here, you just kind of shorten up, put a bat on the ball, and possibly get something to the right side, making it difficult to turn to.
Down the count is Dylan Maxey. Freeman worked a leadoff walk. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Maxey will see fastball missing away, ball 1. We talked to Bill Pintard in the pregame the last time we caught up with him earlier in the week, saying in Team AB's situational hitting, he said the team has been doing much better at that last couple of games. Very pleased to see it. Continuing to keep it rolling and finding offensive groove moving forward. 1-2 pitch, and Dylan will see ball 2. Looks like it might have been a strike, but he gets the call 2-2.
Well, that's what's so hard about the sport of baseball, Hunter. You know, there's the highs and lows every single day. You know, some days you can go 4 for 4, others 0 for 4, you know, with a golden sombrero. You just never really know what's going to happen to the ballpark. So just staying consistently mentally and emotionally, and at some point you're going to break through both offensively and through your pitching.
Runner goes, 2-2 pitch. That is a strike. Dylan goes down looking, and they get him at second. Thrown out at second base. Jackson Freeman.
Now batting for the Foresters,
The initial call looked like, but now safe. I thought he said he was out.
I think he dropped the ball on the transition. Yeah, he could not tag him cleanly.
So safe now is Freeman after Maxey goes down swinging. So Freeman at second base. Close play, but able to slide in for a stolen bag. Here's Jonas Sebring, 1 gone, and a runner in scoring position. Rhea now with 1 away. Couple looks back. First pitch to Jonah, and Sebring will take a strike, 0-1.
Well, and Ventura, they're very familiar with Sebring. They know he can do damage. If they want to minimize the runners today, they have to really pitch against a lot of those Foresters, especially Sebring, in a kind of clinical way, if you will, locating their fastball and off-speed well.
Freeman at second. Stars trail by 2. Jack back to second base. It's the second baseman, Gonzalez, holding on to Jackson at second. After he's able to avoid the tag on the transfer, ball in and out of the glove. Akiyama, who's trying to apply the tag on the stolen bag attempt from Freeman. Remains nothing and one for Sebring. Had to pop up into right field back in the opening inning. Good lead at second for Jackson. Ventura lead 3-1. Couple looks back again. Naria keeping tabs, 0-1, and that misses low. Even count, 1-1.
Well, if you're the Foresters here, you gotta get the sense that you gotta fight back. Maybe a run an inning. You know, you don't necessarily need to get big hits all in one spot. You know, they have the talent throughout the lineup to possibly, you know, do some damage here. But you just gotta break through at some point.
Naria been methodical on the hill. 1-1 pitch, and Sebring sees a high fastball. That is ball 2 for Jonah. When we look around the CCL, the first team to hit double-digit wins was Walnut Creek, who the Sturs will not see this season in the CCL North. They're currently 11-5, but both Santa Barbara and Conejo 9-5 this afternoon. Possibly both teams could be first two teams to 10 wins in the South. We'll have to wait and see. Keep tabs on that Conejo game. Naria, 2-1 pitch, and Sebring swings right through it, 2-2.
Very engaged audience here today, I will say at Santa Barbara High. These fans are watching the game intently, reacting accordingly. On that stolen base from Jackson Freeman, I think a lot of them suspected him possibly getting thrown out, but after the transfer, you saw the ball kind of pop out. Fans gave their own reaction here today. Great stuff. Always fun to see at the ballpark.
The winds are picking up towards center field. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jonah. And Sebring into left field. It's well hit. Kearney going back right at the wall. Makes the squeeze. Another high fly ball for Jonah Sebring, but tagging up, going to third is Jackson Freeman to get to third base. Sebring retired. He's had a couple of those last 2 days. Just missing them. And long flyouts for Sebring. 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, the issue, you know, you might be saying warning track power for some of the guys, but we know Sebring can put it out too. So, you know, just not being able to, he was a little bit out in front of that ball, just not being able to get all of it. But don't you worry, I'm sure we'll see a multitude of Sebring home runs throughout the season.
He is able to advance Freeman to third, but now 2 gone for Daniel Patterson. Sturs trail by 2 runs, bottom of the third. And Naria, here's the pitch. And Patterson, see a ball missing low, 1-0. Patterson had a ground out back to the hill. Softly hit fair ball just in front of the plate to be retired in the opening inning. Can he score? Freeman at third and cut the deficit to 1. The right-hander from Glendale CC. It's in the 1-0 pitch. And Patterson slices it off. I think that might have hit the fence, but clears the fence all the way. That's going in the neighborhood to our right. Strike 1.
Yeah, I got to learn never to park up there, too, you know. Fly ball's coming. Foul ball's coming. You just never know.
Straight down the right field line gets peppered. That is for sure. 2 gone. Can the Sturs put up a run here in the third inning? 1-1 pitch, and Patterson drills this into left. Going back is Kearney, actually moving forward, and a line out in the left field for Daniel Patterson. The third out of the inning. Jackson Freeman, the leadoff man, reached base and stranded at third. We go to the fourth. Score still remains 3-1. Pirates on top.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because
Call 1-800-995-8835.
On our way to the fourth, Ventura putting up some early runs. They lead 3-1. They're going to have Madrid, Murray, Kearney, and Pitts, 8, 9, and 1 due up for Ventura. Cody Howard remains on the hill. He only had to see 4 batters in the last inning.
Yeah, short innings help your pitcher out regardless if he's struggling or not. You know, Howard just unfortunately not being able to locate as accurately, but been able to get out of long innings and not giving up too many runs. He's kind of minimized damage here. And what Howard really needs is just a little bit of offensive help, some insurance runs, if you will. And he's going to feel a lot more comfortable on the mound, I'm sure.
First pitch fouled off by the catcher, Grant Madrid Murray. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. Off speed on that one from Cody, 0-2.
Well, and the thing, too, Hunter, like you just mentioned, the fact that, you know, he is out there for another inning. You know, when you have quick innings like that, obviously you're more inclined to give the guy, your starter, a little more room, a little less of a leash. But you're also, if you're head coach Bill Pintard, you recognize how good of defense he has behind him, that they're not necessarily going to give up too many.
Grant Madrid Murray swing and a miss on the fastball from Cody Howard. And Cody Howard now his 3rd K of the day, 1 away in the 4th. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Ethan Kearney. Kearney today had RBI double in the 2nd and also came around to score. Some early base runners in that 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch, and this one is tapped foul, right side, out of play. Strike 1.
Yeah, Kearney had that big double in the 2nd. Can never be too careful, regardless of where you are in these CCL lineups.
The 0-1 pitch, and this one is tapped right back to Dylan Maxey. Maybe low, right above the belt, it might have hit him. But he appears to be okay. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And Kearney will take a ball down low. It's a good-looking pitch from Cody. Did not miss by much, 1-2.
Yeah, Howard did not like that call at all. He was walking around the bump, shaking his head a little bit. But you know what? Not necessarily going to get every call in the world. Got to recenter yourself.
And Kearney will see a ball skip in, 2-2. And that's never easy, especially trying to grind away. Not the fastest start in the world for Howard. Trying to settle in. Thought he struck him out. And now a 2-2 pitch. And Kearney will see ball 3, full count. Don't want to lose him here. On deck, Robert Pitts, top of the order. 1 away, bases clear. Top of the 4th, Pirates by 2. Here's the payoff pitch, swing, and able to just get a piece of it was Kearney. We'll do it again.
When you see the switch up in this at bat, and this has been kind of typical of Cody Howard today, just not necessarily having his best stuff and not being able to get guys on those 3rd pitch strikes and having to fight every single at bat for an out.
3-2, and Kearney stays alive again. Just tapping it, falls. That ball rolls towards the first base on deck circle.
Well, give some credit to the Pirates as well. Been able to have really good at bats, making sure that Howard pitches to them.
Pirates have come out swinging. Here's another 3-2, and this one's chopped over to TJ Pompey off 2 hops, fields it, and the throw was in time to retire Ethan Kearney. He gave it a challenge down that first baseline, good speed, but not enough. He will ground out to gone.
Fielder number 5, Robert Pitts.
Gonna bring around Robert Pitts for the 3rd time. 3rd look at Cody Howard. Got a base hit, run scored, and a line out to short. 2 away. Cody Howard has retired the last 3. First pitch, he is quickly ahead on the breaking ball. It's a good delivery, 0-1.
Well, and Howard, you mentioned he's a Texas boy, 2-2 record at UT with 11 appearances on the year for the Longhorns as a redshirt sophomore. Transferred from UT to from Baylor to UT.
The 0-1 down, 1-1.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people, too, are wondering about Howard's pitch count right now. And for these guys, it's just all about innings. It's all about work, regardless of how many pitches you throw. It's about getting in the work for the summer and continuing to get better.
1-1 pitch skipping past Dylan Maxton in the dirt, ball 2. Talking about pitch count, even Bill Pintard alluded to a pitch count of yesterday. Hudson Hamilton, 63 through just 6 innings. I should say it's just 63 through 6 innings. It's a better way to phrase it. How efficient he was in his start. The 2-1. And this one is chopped off one hop to Patterson at third. Good pick from him. And the throw in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cody Howard. Good stuff from the starter for the Sturs. We're going to have Souza, Rogers, Pompey up next with the Sturs, trailing by a pair of runs.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Daniel Naria will remain in the ballgame, the starting pitcher for his 4th inning. Nolan Souza will lead things off for the Sturs. He reached on error in the opening inning. Kick things off for Santa Barbara as they trail by 2, 3-1 our score. Ventura Pirates on top. Sturs looking for some base runners. They've had 2 walks. Just Souza reaching on error. That is it so far in terms of base runners for the Sturs today. Freeman had a leadoff walk in the last inning, but the next 3 sat down with Freeman stranded at the third base. And Naria comes set for the first pitch to Nolan. And Souza sees it away, ball 1.
Yeah, Souza getting a lot of at-bats so far this season. Bill Pintard's been kind of putting him in a few different positions around the field. We've seen him in the outfield, seen him in the infield. He's kind of looking really comfortable, especially that second base spot. Also seen him at third. But that's kind of similar to a lot of these guys on this Forester roster. You know, you can kind of put them anywhere, and they're going to be effective.
Fouls off a breaking ball for strike 1. Rogers and then Pompey scheduled to follow Souza. Daniel Naria, who only tossed 6 innings entering today, looking solid in his first 3 innings. He's been methodical on the hill, the 1-1, and Souza sees an off-speed in there for a strike, 1-2. Nolan's going to have to protect the plate here. Batting from the left side. 3 lefties in the lineup today for Bill Pintard. And Naria coming set in his second start. 1-2 pitch. And Souza will see it away at 90. 2-2.
Yeah, if you're Souza right here, you got to be able to choke up on the bat and make sure you're swinging at the right pitches too. You do not want to get caught off guard with an off-speed pitch right here.
Rogers next. Leadoff man sees a 2-2 pitch, and Souza rip and a miss. He is sat down. Souza, he goes down on strikes, 1 away in the 4th.
Now batting for the Foresters, the left fielder, number 7, Will Rogers.
He's going to bring up Will Rogers. Grounded out to first in the opening inning. Second look at Daniel Naria. Been very efficient.
been a pretty quick ball game so far due to Nuria's efficiency, like you just mentioned, Hunter.
Sometimes stats can be deceiving with Nuria when you look at him. 0-2 record, 9 ERA entering today. Just like anything, you enter a season, especially in summer ball, the first pitch, breaking ball, missing high, sometimes takes a little bit of time to settle in, and he's looked very, very solid this afternoon. First pitch missing to Rogers. But Nuria winding up the 1-0. And Will taps it down the left field line, and that ball will go out of play for strike number 1. The Stars trailing by 2 runs. Base is clear, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. We've also got Rogers hot today out of the bullpen if they need him. He's almost hot every day, bounces back and recovers very well. Usually see him in leverage situations late in ball games, or when Ryan Kramer needs to get out of a bind, the pitching coach, call on him. 1-1 pitch, and Rogers sees it high, ball 2.
Well, in this situation, too, with Rogers playing in the field, you don't have to necessarily get him physically hot. You know, his arm's going to be ready. And like you said, Hunter, been a really great closer so far for the Foresters. You know, they haven't necessarily had kind of a consistent closer. However, when Will Rogers has come in, he's been incredibly efficient and been really dominant, especially in a Foresters uniform so far.
2-1 pitch, nearly swinging out of the shoes on that one, 2-2. Last time Rogers did throw was down Pasadena against Arroyo. Wasn't a save situation. The 4-run lead came in the 9th. 3 up, 3 down for Rogers. That 2-2 count, 1 away, and Nuria winds up the 2-2. And Rogers skies it right side in the foul ground. The first baseman, Mariano, moves over. Called off by the second baseman, who could not make the catch. It went in and out of his glove. Ethan Gonzalez was trailing behind. And Mariano, you feel like, would have made that catch, the first baseman, but the second baseman couldn't make the play.
Yeah, it seemed like Gonzalez kind of called him off, and in that situation, which is the correct call off, you know, obviously the corner guys are usually getting called off by the middle infielders, right, whether it be shortstop or second base. But it felt like Gonzalez kind of felt like he had it before he did, you know. In that type of situation, you got to look at ball first.
And it just went in and out of his glove. The second baseman, Will Rogers, giving another life here. Remains 2-2. And the pitch fouled off over the first base dugout. We'll do it again. Can Rogers capitalize here and get on base? Handed a gift from one of the middle infielders from the Pirates. On deck will be TJ Pompey. Long plate appearance here between Rogers and Nuria. Remains 2-2. And here's the pitch. And Rogers sees a breaking ball missing high. Full count.
Regardless of how this shakes out for Rogers, this is already a fantastic bat and what you want to see out of your Forester offense so far. Obviously, getting a gift right there from the Gonzalez bobble. However, being able to fight back, foul off a couple pitches, and get it to 3-2. Fantastic stuff from Rogers so far.
Pompey next. And Nuria. He winds up the payoff pitch, and Rogers will see ball 4. So Will Rogers ends up working a walk after he likely would have been retired. The miscue and foul ground from the second baseman. Rogers aboard with 1 out.
Well, it's exactly what the Foresters need right there, too. Again, I mentioned it a second ago. Great at-bat from Will Rogers and being able to get on base. And now, if you're TJ Pompey, you're thinking, hey, maybe we do have a little momentum. You know, confidence starts to build. And Will Rogers, too, this season has been so effective on the base path. You can never count him out in any situation, too. So, got to be careful if you're the Ventura Pirates today.
Here's TJ Pompey. The Stars trail by 2 runs, bottom of the 4th, 3-1 our score. Ventura lead. First pitch to Pompey, and that's in there for a strike, 0-1. You said, talking about the aggression from the Foresters on the bases, wouldn't be surprised to see Rogers maybe take a jump at some point, them being on base. Only a single out here, however. TJ down the count, 0-1. And Nuria. Second pitch, and a fastball at 89, missing high, 1-1.
Well, we've seen Rogers throughout the season. I mentioned his aggression on the base path, but he's also been a smart runner too, taking bases off pitchers when they just aren't necessarily on their A game, tagging up in certain situations where a lot of people wouldn't, and seeing the ball really well on the base path. So great job from Will Rogers so far.
1-1 pitch to TJ. He fouls it off over the first base dugout. That is strike 2 for TJ today. He had a deep fly out into left. Couple deep flyouts through the order for the Sturs this afternoon. 1 away after Rogers working the 3rd walk today for Santa Barbara. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Daniel Naria. Here it is, and TJ sees it in, and Rogers will hold at first. Momentarily got away from Madrid Murray. No damage done. Runner holds 2-2.
Once again, if you're TJ Pompey, like a lot of guys in this situation, you got to be able to shorten up, poke it the opposite way, possibly get a runner going. It's all about building momentum for those later innings and breaking through as an offense.
Johnny Rodriguez is on deck. At first is Rogers. And Naria, who's been efficient, just giving up 3 walks. Runner goes, a 2-2 pitch, misses high. Rogers the throw in, and Rogers is safe at second. Will, the stolen bag, now in scoring position. That'll be a full count for TJ Pompey.
Yeah, he got a big jump on that. Rogers was able to get out before the motion, or before Naria even went into motion too, and easily sliding in there to second. Great stolen bag from Will Rogers, like we mentioned a second ago.
So now men scoring position. Sturs trail by 2 runs, bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2 for Pompey. Rodriguez on deck. Here's the pitch, and TJ drills it into center. Looks like it will fall, and it will in front of Pitts, and holding up at third base is Will Rogers. And now on the throw home, advancing to second base is TJ Pompey. So 2 now in scoring position. And the throw was coming home, got momentarily away from Madrid Murray and allowed TJ Pompey to get into second base. 2 in scoring position with Johnny Rodriguez in this 2-run ball game.
If you're Bill Pintar, this is exactly who you want up at the plate right now between Johnny Rodriguez and then Dominic Smaldino back-to-back. 2 deadly guys at the plate with power, and hopefully they're going to be able to put a ball in play and make something happen with the Foresters here.
On the throw home, it's going to go down as an E8 on Robert Pitts in center. That allowed the advancement for TJ in the second. So here is Rodriguez. Today he has a ground out to short. Big opportunity here for Santa Barbara after they pick up their first hit of the ball game with TJ Pompey in center field. 2 in scoring position, only a single out. First pitch. Rodriguez sees it away. Good take. Ball 1.
Just want to also mention a second ago, great at bat by TJ Pompey. Starting out 1-2, fighting back, getting the 3-2, and getting a base knock with some power on it. Fantastic stuff.
Rogers at third, TJ second. And Rodriguez. 1-0 pitch, and that is away. Good key from Madrid Murray sliding to his left. Ball 2. You said with Rodriguez and Smaldino on deck, exactly who you want up in this situation. That's coming out of the 7 and 8 spot in the order for Santa Barbara. Fantastic depth for Bill Pintard, 1 to 9 in the order. Can the Sturs bring in some runs? They're down by 2 in the 4th. 2-0 pitch and a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, the biggest, thing that both John Rodriguez and Dominic Smaldino should take for these these at bats with Smaldino coming next is, waiting for your pitch, not getting too anxious. Obviously you want to hit and you want to hit for power, but you do not want to ground out or give Naria any gifts here or there. So, got to make sure you're hitting and you feel comfortable up there.
Good runners on base. Johnny's able to put something in play. 1 away, 2-1 pitch, and Rodriguez right side, and that ball gets past the second baseman, Gonzalez. 1 run in, 2 runs look to score. Rodriguez brings in a pair, and the Sturs have tied it up at 3, and Rodriguez, great piece of hitting. That ball into right field, Rogers and Pompey score. We are tied up at 3.
Well, what we've seen throughout this season, it doesn't necessarily have to look pretty, but putting it on the ground, legging it out, and squeezing it by in the exact spot you need to. I mean, great piece of hitting like you just mentioned by Johnny Rodriguez. Fantastic stuff. And here's exactly when the Foresters need to get up and go. They got momentum, and hopefully Smaldino can carry that into this at-bat.
Prior to that TJ Pompey hit, they did not have a hit on the day, and now consecutive singles against Daniel Naria. And here's Smaldino. Rodriguez at first, 1 down. First pitch, and Smaldino sees it down, ball 1. Tied up now at 3. Ventura put up a run in the first and the second. Santa Barbara, prior to those 2 runs coming in, had scored a run in the first. But now in the bottom of the 4th frame, Smaldino at a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch, and the fastball. She took a little something off of it, was Naria. Ball 2 missing high. And we had a couple RBIs from Johnny Rodriguez. Those RBIs brought to us by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Foresters train for victory. Thanks to Gold's for sponsoring those RBIs. 2-1 pitch, and that is missing in. That is ball 3 for Smaldino, and things getting a little bit loose here for Daniel Naria. You see some conversation, some guys now standing in the bullpen down that left field line. Smaldino had a fly out into left. First time up. Ahead in the count with man at first. 1 down. Naria. Long hold, 3-0 pitch, and that finds the strike zone, 3-1.
Well, again, in this type of situation, Smaldino, you're looking for your pitch. 1 out, man on first, just trying to both advance the runner and possibly continue this momentum for the Foresters right here.
Jackson Freeman is on deck. It's 3 balls and a strike to Smaldino. Here's the pitch, and that is a called strike. Dominic. He had first, halfway down that first baseline. It's a full count.
Yeah, that was an interesting one right there. Smaldino, as well as pretty much everyone in the ballpark, thought that one was way wide.
The last 3 men have all reached base for the Sturs. Rodriguez brought in 2 with a base hit and a right. 1 gone, tied at 3. Payoff pitch. Smaldino will see ball 4 this time, and he will reach base. And that's going to put 2 aboard. Only a single out here in the 4th, and 2 runs in. Huge opportunity here for the Sturs and Jackson Freeman at the bottom of the order. I'll have a mound visit. Don't have the third base dugout. The coaching staff for the Ventura Pirates. Again, Daniel Naria was cruising, just gave up a couple walks in the first 3 innings. But since then, he struck out Nolan Souza, the first man. Gave up a walk, a hit, 2 RBI single, now another walk, 4 consecutive Foresters to reach base.
Well, and that's what this Forester lineup will do to you. We mentioned before, having that grit that they've kind of found they've run through the season, and this is a prime example of that, getting down early and fighting back. And again, it hasn't necessarily been those big bombs. We've seen those kind of long, fly balls today. Those haven't necessarily done it. It's been like the good at-bats. It's TJ Pompey getting it to 3-2, getting a base hit. It's been Will Rogers fighting back after almost getting caught or getting a kind of a ball hit in the foul territory. It's fighting back and getting a walk. It's Dominic Smaldino inducing a walk there. This is how you build momentum for your offense as well as build confidence with your guys to know that whenever you're going up to bat, you're going to feel good going against whatever pitcher you face.
Here's Jackson Freeman. In the last inning, he led things off, worked a walk. Huge opportunity already with 2 runs in. We are tied at 3. 2 aboard. Here's the pitch, and that will find the strike zone at 84, 0-1. The 3rd matchup between the Sturs and the Pirates. Actually, when talking about that 4th matchup, that'll happen on the 14th of July, so it'll be quite some time before these 2 teams will see each other, a couple weeks towards the end of the regular season. Look back, Johnny at second, the 0-1 pitch, and Freeman sees in the dirt. Good keep by the catcher, Grant Madrid Murray. 1-1. Also, as Freeman is able to get on base. On deck will be Maxey, still only a single out. Sturs looking to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. He's able to put something in play. Rodriguez at second, a good runner. Little shake and bake at second, the 1-1 pitch, and this one is drilled right side. It gets through into right field. Johnny Rodriguez rounding third, coming home. And that will be an RBI single for Jackson Freeman. The line continues to chug along. Sturs now on top for the first time today, 4-3 our score.
Talked about the production at the bottom half of the lineup, and Jackson Freeman has been waving that flag all year long. Talk about 9 RBIs in the year for a guy in your 9-hole. I mean, Bill Pintard cannot be happy enough with this type of production in the bottom half of the lineup today.
Now another visit to the hill, and it looks like we will have a pitching change. Scott Murray, the head coach, coming out, relieving the baseball from Daniel Noria. We will step away. Sturs now lead 4-3, only a single out in the inning. Still 2 aboard. Sturs in business.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
The Santa Barbara Foresters have forced a pitching change in the bottom of the fourth. Daniel Noria, his day complete, and that's going to bring in Tyler Soleo now to enter. He will have runners on the corners. Smaldino is at third. Jackson Freeman at first, and he's going to face the man at the top of the order, Dylan Maxey, only one gone in the fourth. And Soleo, the right-handed pitcher, face Maxey for the first time. Dylan has a walk and a strikeout and also a run scored today. Sturs leading for the first time in the ballgame, 4-3. Still a chance to push in a few more runs. First pitch, Maxey sees an off-speed high, ball one.
When you felt like the Foresters have finally started to kind of break through with this pitching staff, you know, being able to put balls on the ground, beat it out with your feet. John Rodriguez with a great piece of hitting a second ago, and Freeman continued it going.
1-0 pitch. Taking for ball two for Dylan Maxey on the delivery from Soleo at 84. Also, let's not forget Jackson Freeman, RBI base hit. Another RBI sponsored by Gold's. 3 locations in SB. Sturs train for victory at Gold's Gym all over Santa Barbara. See if Maxey can reach base for the second time today. 2-0 pitch, and Dylan sees it in, ball 3. Check back to third base, play down there and safe. Sliding in, Smaldino. Heads up play from Madrid Murray. See if Smaldino was caught sleeping off the third base bag. But he's back, no problem. 3 straight balls to start the outing for Tyler Saleo. Blair over to first. Freeman's over there. And the 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike at 83, 3-1.
Well, as we just saw there with Smaldino and with Freeman at first, you got to be careful in these bags, you know. Don't want to get picked off. Don't want to get caught sleeping, especially when you're positioned to really add on some major insurance runs for your pitching staff today.
Here's a 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Full count.
Well, that's a good take from Maxey there, too, you know, recognizing that was an off-speed pitch, possibly trying to get the inside corner as a ball, but regardless, that's just not your pitch. You don't go fishing.
Here's a 3-2. This one's drilled down the left field line. That is a base hit. Smaldino from third scores, trying to get to third base is Freeman. He will be tagged out. Freeman trying to motor his way all the way around. Did not hold up at second. Comes around, and that third base is tagged for the second out. But Dylan Maxey, RBI base hit down the left field line, scores Smaldino. 5-3 now our score, but Freeman tagged out at third for the second out.
Great piece of hitting once again. 3-2. Way to piece one up there by Maxey, sending it to left. Great job by the Foresters, keeping the line rolling.
This is going to bring up Jonas Sebring. 4 runs in the fourth for Santa Barbara. Man now at first, 2 gone. Jack back to first. There's ball 1. Well, for Jonas today, a fly out to right, fly out to left. He's barreled up balls, just not quite enough. The Stars now lead 5-3. Big inning here. The first pitch, and Jonas sees it in. Ball 1.
Yeah, we've seen the power out of Sebring this entire season. You know, today just coming up a little short, however, is always dangerous at the plate.
This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Stars. Second batter for Tyler Saleo. He's facing the 1-0. Is in there for a strike at 84, 1-1. Game 2, 3-game homestand for Santa Barbara. Took care of business yesterday against the Alameda Merchants. First and only meeting against the Merchants, coming all the way down from Northern California. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Jonah. And Sebring sees it away in. Madrid Murray again. Good slide to his right. Keeps Dylan at first. But we'll have another affiliate matchup tomorrow. San Diego Sunrays will be in town. Close up the homestand for Santa Barbara. Stars now leading 5-3. 2-1 pitch, and that is in there for strike 2 to even it up. Cole, what an inning it has been for the Stars. Didn't have a hit entering this inning, and they've got 4 here in the 4th, and 4 runs to show for it. Runner goes, and this one is grounded. The second baseman has to adjust and ends up clipping the legs of Dylan Maxey, and he will be out. That would have been a tough play for Gonzalez, who's going to be covering second base with the runner going, but Maxey, he gets clipped on the run by the baseball or the 3rd out of the inning. That's going to bring the 4th to a close. The Stars plate 4 runs, and they now lead 5-3 over the Ventura Pirates. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
The Santa Barbara Foresters now lead 5-3 over the Ventura Pirates, and we head to the Finney's fifth inning, presented by Finney's Craft House. Finney's Craft House is located on Lower State Street and is a fantastic place for any and all Forester fans to gather before or after any Forester home game. That is Finney's Craft House on Lower State Street. Cody Howard remains in the ballgame, and he's gotten the run support that he's needed. 5-3 now. He's going to face Akiyama, Yamaguchi, and Mariano. First pitch, and DJ Akiyama swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, Bill Pintard leaving Howard in, obviously getting the run support last inning, but it also is for stats-wise possibly getting Cody Howard the win too today if the Foresters are able to hang on.
1 away for DJ. Shortstop, 1-1 today. Akiyama pop up to second. RBI base hit in the second inning. 1-1 pitch. Akiyama drills it right side, and that ball will get past Rodriguez at first in or right field, and that is a leadoff base hit for the Ventura Pirates in the second hit of the day for DJ Akiyama in just his second game for Ventura.
Yeah, we've seen Howard struggle a little bit when he has let the leadoff base runner get on, so it's going to be interesting to see how Howard can fight through this inning. Obviously, try to induce a ground ball to maybe get a double play going. However, Howard having a solid day, just not necessarily being able to locate as well as he has been the other games he's pitched.
Yamaguchi on the first pitch, ripping a miss for strike number 1 for Sean. Defensively at third base, he's also 1 for 2, like Akiyama had a base hit in the first, then a ground out to second. We do see action in the bullpen. Second pitch, and that's a missing away. No, it found the strike zone. Strike 2, well done from Howard. Giving up the base hit. Had nothing in 2 against Yamaguchi.
One great job by Maxey, too, making sure he kind of not a throw, but a check down to first base, making sure to kind of keep the runner where they are.
And a pickoff move from Howard to no avail. Akiyama back in head first. Means nothing and 2. We see Garrett Stratton warming up in the bullpen down that right field line. We were expecting him to throw sometime today, says pitching coach Ryan Kramer. 0-2 pitch, and Yamaguchi. Big foul tip back in the glove of Dylan Maxey. He's down on strikes. 4th K of the day for Cody Howard. 1 away in the 5th.
Oh, and a great way for Howard to recenter himself, especially after giving up that opening inning knock from Akiyama. And the fact that Howard is kind of able to recenter himself with that at-bat. 3 strikes, 3 fastballs. Great work.
Jose Mariano. And Mariano takes it down the right field line. Will it stay fair? Maybe a chance for Freeman, and that ball bounces fair all the way at the wall and down into the corner. A run looks to come home to score. Akiyama from first. The throw at the plate not in time, late and missing left. And a run in. Akiyama from first scores. And Jose Mariano to second, driving in a run. And the Ventura Pirates cut the lead to 1, 5-4. Sturs on top.
Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward play out and right. I think Freeman thought it might trail a bit into foul territory. It was able to stay fair, and it's kind of a slicing cutter by Mariana. And Pirates trying to claw their way back into her today, making it difficult for the Foresters to continue on.
There's Sean Mann in right field, and that will be squeezed by Freeman at second, and holding at second base is Jose Mariano. So 1 pitch, and Sean Mann, the liner into right. 2 gone. It's a big second out for Cody Howard.
Credit to the Pirates, putting, once again, really good at-bats together. as the game has progressed too, been able to add some power to their arsenal as well. Getting some big hits against Howard today.
Here's Robbie Trato. 0 for 2, had to pop up to third base and foul ground, which Daniel Patterson got under to make the catch, and he also grounded into a fielder's choice. So a man at second, 2 gone. It's now a 1-run ball game. Sturs on top. First pitch to Trato, he reaches for it. Strike number 1. You said, Cole, you have to give the credit to the Pirates for what they have done. They had the early lead, but fighting back here in the 5th.
Yeah, and if you're Howard right here, you're just really going to try to minimize the damage. Go into the dugout in the bottom half of the inning with this lead. You got to get this out right here against Robbie Trato.
1 pitch. Trato, slider missing down the way, 1-1.
Well, for the Pirates, too, like a lot of CCL opponents, not that far of a drive. It is a much better transition when you're only traveling, half an hour, 45 minutes compared to, an hour and a half, upwards of 3 hours, depending if you're down in LA or upwards and slow.
This is a high fly ball in the left center field for Robbie Trato, and that ball at the base of the wall. A run in. That is an RBI double for Robbie Trato, and we are tied up at 5. Deep fly ball for Trato. Drives in the tying run in the 5th, all knotted up, 5 runs apiece.
Yeah, it looked like Howard just kind of hung that one a little too long. And Robbie Trato able to get the barrel around really quick, and it looks like Bill Pintar might be making a pitch and change right here.
So here comes the manager out of the first base dugout. We've seen Garrett Stratton tossing, warming up. And that will be it for Cody Howard. We will have a pitch and change. We are now tied at 5, 2 gone, top of the 5th, runner at second for the Pirates.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Forresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Garrett Stratton will be entering for the Sturs. He will inherit a runner at second, 2 out in the top of the 5th. And for Garrett Stratton, just like Cody Howard, the last time he pitched was against the Ventura Pirates on the 21st. He came in to get the final 2 innings of work. In his last outing, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk and 6 Ks for Stratton. He's been very good out of the pen.
Exactly, Hunter. You know, Stratton's been a fantastic bridge guy along with Zarodnik so far this season for the Foresters. You know, on top of that appearance against Ventura, he's 1-0 on the year, 6 1/3 pitch, only allowing 1 hit and having a 1.42 ERA with 11 strikeouts in the season. So fantastic job so far by Stratton.
He's going to face Ethan Gonzalez. We are now tied up at 5. First pitch. It's in there at 93 from Garrett, 0-1. So the Sturs put up 4 in the 4th, and now Ventura respond with 2 in the 5th to tie us up at 5. Good bounce back from the Pirates. Sure, they got out to an early lead. The 0-1, this one's fouled off over the first base dugout. Strike 2.
Well, for Stratton here, it's just essential to keep that rudder on second regardless of what happens with this at-bat. You know, coming in as a relief guy, it is really difficult, especially to establish your stuff and feel comfortable on the mound early. However, Stratton so far doing a fantastic job of that, especially with this at-bat and throughout the season.
Runner at second, 2 gone. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss, and Ethan Gonzalez down on 3 pitches, and Garrett Stratton locked in early. But the Ventura Pirates do push in 2 in the 5th. Home half of the 5th coming up. Patterson, Souza, Rogers all knotted up, 5 runs apiece. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
It's now a tied ball game yet again here from Santa Barbara High School. Nicole, both teams gone down, put up some runs. Sturs now looking to respond after conceding 2 runs top half of this inning.
Yeah, it seemed like the Ventura Pirates just do not want to go away today. They're being pests at the plate, you know, putting together really good at-bats and flaring balls both to the right and left side, and getting guys on base and threatening in important situations. So Foresters once again have to respond and make sure they're able to continue up this kind of hit streaky day.
Tyler Saleo, who entered for Daniel Naria, remains on the hill. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Patterson, and Daniel pops it up. Maybe a chance for the catcher, Madrid Murray, runs out of real estate. And heavy bounce on the concrete to our right, and looks like it bounded into the street. Strike 2.
Well, and credit to Daniel Patterson, you know, and we've talked about segments of this season. You know, we're right now kind of, if you want to break it up into thirds, the two out of the 3 segments, right? We kind of had an explosion of offense, and that was really due to Daniel Patterson kind of getting himself right and having a few game stretches where he was hitting 2, 3, 4 hits in a row, you know. So Patty really getting back on track this season. We saw it last season with the power and the explosion offensively being the Foresters MVP, and so hopefully he can kind of continue that throughout the rest of the summer as well.
Leadoff man down in the count. 1-2 pitch. And Patterson swing and a miss. The breaking ball got him. Tyler Saleo strikes out the first man. He faces in the 5th, 1 down.
Now batting for the Foresters.
Let's not forget this 5th inning is brought to us by Finney's Craft House. Finney's on Lower State Street is a phenomenal place to gather before or after any Foresters home game. That's Finney's Craft House on Lower State Street for sponsoring this 5th inning. One away, bases clear, tied at 5. Here's Nolan Souza. 0 for 2 today. He reached on error and struck out. First pitch, and Nolan will take a ball high and away. 1-0.
Well, despite Nolan's day-to-day, Bill Pintar has been very complimentary about Souza's fantastic at-bats throughout the season so far. Being able to put balls in play and advance runners as well as kind of make sure that visiting teams are getting deep into their bullpen by that time, they face Souza 3 or 4 times. That's why we see him in the 4-hole today.
And he's ahead 2-0. The last pitch from Saleo missing at 84. Finding a quicker rhythm, the 2-0 pitch to Nolan. And Souza peppers it foul over the third base dugout. Strike 1. We talked about entering today in the CCL South. Both the Sturs and the Conejo Oaks tied at 9-5, but Conejo playing San Diego Sunrays, another affiliate team in the CCL South, who the Sturs are actually going to be facing tomorrow. But here's the 2-1 pitch, and Nolan will see ball 3. The Conejo Oaks have full command of that ball game. On top 9-0 over San Diego Sunrays. So looking like they will be going to 10-5. But the 3-1 pitch to Nolan Souza. And Nolan will see ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Nolan. The second time he will reach base. The first one time in the preferred fashion, not on an error, but he is aboard.
Now batting for the Foresters, number 7, the left fielder, Will Rogers.
And here is the left fielder, Will Rogers. Got up to the first baseman, worked a walk in the last, and also scored the first of the 4 runs in the 4th inning. So they got a 1-out base runner. Rogers trying to work around Souza around the bases to try to regain this lead for Santa Barbara, which they conceded by giving up 2 runs in the top half of this 5th inning. First pitch, Rogers in the right field. Robbie Trato is able to make the catch. What a play. Do they double him up at first? No. What an effort from Robbie Trato. It looks like our umpire signaling that he made the catch in right field.
I don't know about you, Hunter. That looked like it hit the ground, and he was just kind of able to corral it.
I couldn't tell you. Call in the field, retired in right field. Rogers on the line out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Hunter. From my perspective, it looked like it bounced up, and the right fielder was just kind of able to stick his glove down and make sure it didn't get by him. However, I do not think it necessarily was a catch. Regardless, though, Rogers put out by the right fielder.
2 gone. Here's TJ Pompey in the right center field. This ball might get down, and it will in right center field. Robbie Trato can't make the play this time. And TJ Pompey, his 2nd knock of the day. Consecutive innings as well for TJ, collecting base hits.
Well, despite being a blue pit, that might have been the baseball gods saying you guys can have this next one. TJ Pompey, good piece of hitting right there.
This will bring up Johnny Rodriguez. What last AB he had in the previous inning. 2 runs in off a single in the right field. It's currently a 2-2 ball game. 2 gone and now 2 aboard for Rodriguez. First pitch, and Johnny sees it down the way. Ball 1. So Nolan Souza now at 2nd in scoring position after the base hit by TJ in the right. And Tyler Saleo trying to keep it a tied ball game going to the 6th. 1-0 pitch, and Johnny with. And Madrid Murray is able to keep in front of him, keep the base runners at bay, 1-1. And that last inning in the 4th, 8 batters stood in for the Foresters, pushing in 4. By the way, when Dylan Maxey was clipped by the baseball, Jonas Sebring awarded the hit on the runner's interference. Well, 2 gone, 2 aboard. 1-1 pitch, and Johnny check swing. He's able to take inside, 2-1.
Well, in that last inning too, every man that reached base after Nolan Souza was able to score too. After those first 4 men to score that were able to reach base too. So the fact that they were able to kind of piece a few hits together in critical situations kind of showcases the depth the Foresters have through up and down the lineup.
If Rodriguez is able to reach, Small Dino, big man on deck. 2-1 pitch, and Johnny will take a strike, 2-2. So it's looking like in the CCL South, the Conejo Oaks will likely be the first team today to reach 10-5. We'll have to see, of course, and weigh on this decision between the Pirates and the Sturs, tied up at 5, bottom of the 5th. But the Sturs have a chance to take the lead in this inning. 2 aboard. The 2-2 pitch, and Rodriguez will stay alive, taps it back. 2-2. Tyler Soleo. And through a lot of pitches here in this 5th inning. He entered in the middle of the 4th. You have an RBI single to Maxey at the top of the order. Got the 3rd out on that runner's interference. But here's the 2-2 pitch, and Rodriguez will take strike 3, and he is retired at first base, but Rodriguez will go down looking for the 3rd out of the 5th, and a pair stranded on the bases for the Sturs. We go to the 6th, tied at 5.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Top of the 6th inning, 8-9-1 coming up for the Ventura Pirates, and Garrett Stratton remains on the hill. He came in the middle of the 5th, struck out the first man he faced.
Yeah, Stratton doing a great job coming in, shutting the door immediately, killing all hope the Ventura Pirates have to add any more in the top half of the 5th. Hopefully we can kind of continue that magic rolling into the 6th as well.
First pitch to Madrid Murray, swing and miss. The fastball at 92 from Stratton, 0-1.
You know, what's been so fun this season is seeing guys like Garrett Stratton, like Tyzer Rodnick, who haven't necessarily got the exposure or a lot of playing time in college, kind of come out here and soar. And that's kind of true for a lot of guys, both in the pitching staff as well as up and down the lineup today on the offensive side as well.
The 0-1, Madrid Murray quickly down 0-2 consecutive fastballs from Stratton. That one hitting 93. And he is lasered in early ahead against the first man he faces in the 6th, 0-2. Madrid Murray has struck out twice today. The 0-2 pitch, and Madrid Murray down again on Ks. Garrett Stratton, consecutive Ks going back to the last inning, 1 down in the 6th.
Atta kid, way to get back at it. I mean, Stratton just once again continues to roll.
3 consecutive fastballs to Madrid Murray. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Ethan Kearney. He was 1 for 2 today, an RBI double in the 2nd, also a run scored. Run's been sprinkled in throughout this ball game. First pitch, and Kearney over to the 3rd baseman. Daniel Patterson charges in, and over to first, and Rodriguez retires Kearney. 1 pitch, and the ground out 5-3, 2 gone.
Now batting for
When you just mentioned, Hunter, the fact he's been using that fastball a lot so far in this game, and you know, as a relief guy, you can kind of sometimes get caught. It's kind of a double-edged sword, if you will, because you want to revert back to something that you feel comfortable with, and obviously for Stratton, that is his fastball. But you also just don't want to be too predictable. Obviously today, though, it's working for Stratton.
Robert Pitts now, top of the order, 2 gone, bases clear. First pitch looking for a bunt. There's a breaking ball. That misses high, ball 1.
I mean, a heck of a change in speeds, 82 miles an hour on the break. That's exactly the kind of variability you want in your pitches if you're at the level of Garrett Stratton.
And there's a fastball. It's like a wicked deflection off one of the posts just behind home plate. Evens up the count 1-1. That first breaking ball looked very good. Didn't get the call. Lit up the strike zone. 1-1 now for Pitts. Two gone, 1-1 pitch, and Pitts sees that breaking ball for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, that's an 11-mile-an-hour difference between his fastball and his curveball today. I mean, if you're a pitcher, if you're teaching pitching, I mean, you look at Garrett Stratton, you look at his mechanics, and you look at the way he throws the ball, it's exactly what you want to see out of your players. And, I mean, that variability, like I mentioned a second ago, is just key to his success.
1-2 down low and off the leg of our home plate ump. 2-2. Another off-speed pitch from Stratton. And you said it before he went to that breaking ball. It was all fastballs against the first 2 batters in this inning. And if I recall correctly, it was just 3 fastballs against Gonzalez to end the 5th inning. Starting to sprinkle in that off-speed. It's been working good. 2 gone. 2-2 pitch. And Pitts sees fastball in, full count.
Well, and for some guys, too, you know, you start out maybe throwing that earlier than you're throwing your off-speed early. Maybe that's because you kind of working with that in the bullpen. For other guys like Garrett Stratton, you know, you're throwing majority fastballs in the bullpen, just trying to get your body going. And maybe as you kind of move on with the game and work with the innings, you start to throw more off-speed.
As the payoff pitch lifted in the right field over the head of Rodriguez, and ensues at first and second. And a 2-out knock for Robert Pitts. He has his second hit of the day.
Now batting for the Pirates,
And that's going to keep the inning alive for Ventura. It's going to bring up DJ Akiyama. 2 gone, tied at 5, top of the 6th. For DJ Akiyama, pop up to the second baseman. RBI single in the second, and a base hit and a run scored in the 5th. He led things off in the last inning. And Stratton, first pitch, and it's down away at 93, ball 1.
Well, it's good to see, too, once again, Stratton looking so comfortable up there on the mound, even when allowing a hit. You know, he's not necessarily fazed by it. He just kind of goes back to work and goes back to work and gets it done, which is really fantastic to see.
1-0 pitch, and Akiyama will take a strike, 1-1. Lacing up the boots and punching the clock for Garrett Stratton. Man at first, 2 gone. Trying to keep it a tied ball game. Going to the home half of the 6th. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Not going to lie, Hunter, that gave me chills right there. That call you just threw out there, that was spectacular. Lacing up the boots and punching the clock. You kidding me? Come on now.
Akiyama down the count. Ball and 2 strikes. Delivery from Stratton, and this ball is chopped over to Souza at second, and the throw over to first in time to retire the side pits. The 2-out knock, but Akiyama will ground out. Go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 5 between Santa Barbara and Ventura.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Forresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
the bottom of the 6th inning, still tied at 5. Smaldino will lead things off. And when you look at this ball game, Cole, the Sturs, their big inning was in the 4th when they put up 4, but Ventura's just kind of sprinkled in a couple runs here, a couple runs there to put up their 5.
Yeah, and hopefully that kind of big 4th inning was a wake-up call for the Foresters to possibly break through throughout the rest of this game. You know, hopefully Smaldino will be able to kind of get on base. And the way the Foresters really have been able to carve up Ventura's pitchers today have been through getting that leadoff runner on.
First pitch to Dom. And we'll find the strike zone 84 from Tyler Saleo, who remains in the ballgame for Smaldino today. 0 for 1 with a walk. Fly on the left. That he worked the walk in the 4th inning. Also a run scored. The 0-1 pitch, and Smaldino sees it down away, 1-1. It's going to be Smaldino, Freeman, and Maxey, 8-9-1 in this inning. Pirates have come to play today. 1-1 pitch. And Dominic, we'll see a fastball away, ball 2.
Well, I'm sure the Pirates' mentality coming up from Ventura today was, you know what, we've lost the last 2, and in all honesty, we've gotten blown out. And even the Jackson Cloud start game, I mean, didn't even feel like it was close, so I'm sure they kind of were ready to play and fired up.
As a 2-1 down the left field line, that ball is fair. Smaldino motors his way from first all the way to second. That ball caught up in the corner, and that will be a lead-off double for Dominic Smaldino. Sturs have the leadoff man at second.
Like I was saying, leadoff guy on base is exactly what you want to see. You know, hopefully the Foresters can kind of continue this rally. Jackson Freeman come up to bat. Again, a productive guy on the bottom half of your order. Can hopefully put together a good at-bat right here.
Freeman, a walk in the 3rd, RBI single in the 4th. Looks to put something in play and put the Sturs back out on top. Tied up at 5 currently, bottom of 6. Saleo, first pitch, looking to lay down a bunt right side. It's a good bunt, and that ball will actually stay fair. Foul, just barely trickling down in front of first base. Freeman, nearly perfect down that first baseline, but strike 1.
I mean, that ball was tight roping the line right there. I love that call from Jackson Freeman, though. Obviously, that was a personal bunt call, trying to get the batter over, recognizes the situation in the game, and a great bunt, just ultimately slid a bit too far right.
Just a fraction down that chalk line. Smaldino remains at second. See what Freeman does here. Here's the 0-1. Jackson again looks to lay down a bunt right side. It's another good one. The pitcher comes over and applies the tag. So Freeman sacrifices himself and Smaldino to 3rd. Productive out for Jackson. What he has done all day long and seemingly all season long. Production from Jackson Freeman.
You know, there's a few Big Ten guys on this roster, Jackson Freeman being one of them out of Northwestern. Maybe me being a little personally biased going to Iowa myself, but I think there's something special about those guys having to play in cold weather, especially early on in the year. You don't necessarily have the power you would have comparatively if you're playing in the South or in California with that great weather all the time. So you kind of have to get dirty with it, get gritty with it, put balls into play, and put bunts down. I do not think Ventura was really ready for that back-to-back bunt attempts by Jackson Freeman, and I love it here in the booth.
Here's Dylan Maxey, first pitch down the dirt. Madrid Murray, good keep. Ball 1. Talking about weather, I was talking with a pitching coach, I should say, Ryan Kramer. He plays out in Pennsylvania. I believe he said one of the games this season, it's 25 degrees out. That's another level. He said he was wearing 3 pairs of pants and trying not to become an ice cube. And that's definitely not easy for any pitcher in that situation. The 1-0, that will miss for ball 2.
Well, in baseball being such a stagnant sport, you know, you're not necessarily running all the time like it would be in football or in basketball or things like that. So you got to try to get creative and find ways to keep yourself warm, you know. I mean, you're hitting maybe once every 2 or 3 innings, and if you're a pitcher too, you got to make sure you're double coating, you're putting the hand warmers in, the feet warmers, and getting yourself you right as well as mentally right to kind of figure out a way to get something happening.
Maxey swinging a foul tip back for strike 1. I couldn't imagine 25 degrees. I don't think I've been 25-degree weather a couple times only in my life, but playing baseball, brutal. It's 2-1. Smaldino is at 3rd, the go-ahead run in the 6th, 1 down. Here's a 2-1, and Maxey will see ball 3.
Yeah, speaking from personal experience, Hunter, it is not ideal to be going out and doing anything in that kind of weather.
Maybe skiing?
Maybe skiing, you know, a little winter sports action. That'd be a good question for the guys if any of them are avid skier or snowboarders. But for the most part, not necessarily ideal to be out in those weather conditions.
As a 3-1 will miss away, and Dylan Maxey will reach base for the third time today. 2 walks now for Dylan, and an RBI single. It's going to put runners on the corners, 1 down. It's going to bring up Jonah Sebring. And for Jonah, fly out to right, fly out to left. Scored a single when on runner's interference when Dylan Maxey was clipped on that ball hit towards the second baseman, but Sebring awarded a single. A chance here for the Sturs to take the lead. First pitch, and Sebring will take a strike. Runner goes to second, a pump fake, and Smaldino back to third as the catcher threw down the third baseline. Smaldino is at third, no problem. That's going to put 2 in scoring position.
You know, we've talked about how productive Sebring has been so far this season after coming in a little later into the roster for the Foresters, and maybe just entertain me here for Hunter for a second. I think it's honestly possibly due to the fact that he didn't have to transition environments. You know, coming down from UCSB and being able to take a little time off after the regional and get his mind right, but really only having to drive maybe 10, 15 minutes down the road. And unlike a lot of these guys coming from Texas, Arkansas, Alabama, Oklahoma, things like that, you know, he's primed and ready to play in Santa Barbara, and he knows this weather, he knows the conditions, and he is, you know, ready to play and wanting the opportunity.
I'm 100% behind that. Absolutely. You don't have to change your setting, where you're living, where you're sleeping, assuming likely he's in the same house up in Goleta, Isla Vista area, where all the UCSB students live throughout the school year. The 0-2, and Jonah sends it foul down the left field line. Means nothing in 2. I feel like that's 100% contributing factor.
I think a lot of people underestimate how good it is to sleep in your own bed, especially for these guys, you know, leaving their families, leaving their friends, your girlfriends, you know, friends at college, things like that, and going out and playing baseball in California. A lot of these guys is the first time being in California, period. So it's just a new environment, something to get acclimated to.
And Sebring trying to do some damage in the 6th, break this 5-run tie. The 0-2 pitch, and Jonah skies it, and he'll go out of play, foul. Smaldino had the leadoff double. He remains at third. Dylan Maxey now at second. On deck will be Daniel Patterson. The Sturs an opportunity here to regain the lead. They had the lead through 4. 5-3, but Ventura put up 2 in the 5th to knot us up. And Jonah staying live, down the count. The 0-2 pitch. Sebring reaches for it. He is down on strikes, and he will be thrown out at first. Good effort from Jonah. We've seen it before on a drop third strike, him reaching base, but he is sat down, 2 gone.
Now batting for the Foresters, the third
That's a big second out for Tyler Saleo. Bring up Daniel Patterson, 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, Foresters need Patty to come up big right here. 2 men on, both in scoring position. Bottom 6. You want to be able to break open the game right here, right now, not leaving anything up to chance.
Saleo's been in this game since middle of the 4th inning, first pitch, and Patterson sees a breaking ball down the way. Great keep again from Madrid Murray. Ball 1. Patterson had a ground out back to the mound, a line on the left, and a strikeout. And that strikeout was the first time against Tyler Saleo. Still 2 in scoring position. Smaldino still at third after that leadoff double quite some time ago. Pitch, down, ball 2.
I mean, you got your 3, 4, 5 hitter coming up. If you're Bill Pintard, you got to feel comfortable, but you want to make sure that you get guys in the right spot and hopefully can make an impact on the game.
2-0 pitch. Patterson will take a strike. Just clipped in the corner from Tyler Saleo. 2-1. Looks like there's no one throwing down that left field line or the Ventura Pirates. Now, Madrid Murray calls time. Looks like something got up in the eye. We were talking about some of the action sports, skiing, snowboarding. Down in Ventura, the X Games kicking off today, if I recall correctly, on the 28th.
I believe you are right, Hunter. Maybe the intern team should take a nice little field trip down there in the next few days. Should be a fun event.
Down to Ventura Fairgrounds, traveling south, them setting up half pipe. Pretty cool to see the 2-1 now, and Daniel will see ball 3, 3-1.
I want to talk about a cool location though, right by the ocean out there.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Couple good surf breaks right there as well.
Oh yeah. It'll do you nice. Nice little dip in the ocean.
It's warming up for summertime. Still relatively cool, Ventura. But with 3-1, here's the pitch, and Patterson will see ball 4. Fantastic plate appearance from Daniel to reach for the first time to load up the bases with 2 gone for Nolan Souza. And what an opportunity here to really crack this game open, tied at 5.
Yeah, Forrester's got to get this one right here. If not, you feel like you don't want to give Ventura any more time to kind of crawl back into this game. It's been up and down for both teams, but the Foresters, if they can find a way to get a run right here, you feel with Garrett Stratton on the mound, you're in a good spot.
Stratton has been throwing absolute dimes on the hill defensively for the Sturs. Here's Nolan Souza. First pitch, and this ball sent down the right field line. That is a base hit. 1 run in, looking to score 2. From second comes Maxey. 2 RBI single for Nolan Souza. Sturs now lead 7-5.
Just a beautiful piece of hitting by Nolan Souza. Recognizing you need to get out in front of the count early, taking that first pitch fastball for a ride, and getting it done here today. Fantastic job. Way to get the Sturs back up on top.
Fantastic, and what a way to get your first hit of the ball game from Nolan Souza. Worked a walk in his last plate appearance and a 2 RBI base hit to bring up Will Rogers. Runners on the corner, 7-5 now our score, bottom of the 6th.
Well, now you feel you're kind of playing with house money right now with guys in the corner. You know, getting that 2-out knock by Souza. Hopefully Will Rogers can add on to it.
Rogers today reached base once with a walk and also a run scored. First pitch. And Will sends it in the right center field. It is slicing. Will the center fielder get there? No. He lays out, can't make the catch. 1 run in. Another run looks to score. To third base goes Rogers. He slides in, safe. Will Rogers drives in 2 with a triple.
Fantastic job by Will Rogers. And he got around those bases quick, and he wanted that one bad. You know, that was one of those ones you get back from the call earlier in right field. Seeing the ball well, especially the second half of the season, getting a triple, and it looks like the Pirates might be making another change today.
All of a sudden, 4 runs in for the Sturs on 2 swings of the bats from Souza and Rogers. 2 RBIs on a base hit from Nolan, and Will Rogers drives in a pair with a triple, and all those RBIs brought to us by Golds. Golds has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta where the Foresters train to win. Gold's Gym. And Tyler Soleo will remain on the hill. And now it's going to be TJ Pompey, who's 2 for 3. The last 2 innings, he's collected hits, and he's got a runner now at third. But now the score 9-5, Santa Barbara lead. First pitch, and TJ swing and miss, strike 1.
Yeah, and if you're Pompey here, you want to push something to the right side, regardless if you get the hit or not. Possibly can induce a fielder's choice. Well, I know there's 2 outs, but maybe have the second baseman hold on for a little too long, or possibly have Will Rogers threaten at third and maybe make something happen at the plate.
There's a check down to Will. He slides back in, feet first to third. No issues. It's 1-1 for TJ. 2 gone and 4 runs in. Here's the pitch, and Pompey up the middle, and that ball, a slow infield shot, maybe a chance for the shortstop, and the shortstop is able to make the play. DJ Akiyama, good read from behind the hill to back up his pitcher, and Pompey will ground out for the final out of the inning. But the Sturs, with 2 out, come up big, driving in 4. They now lead 9-5 over the Pirates.
Fans, you can go home a winner today no matter the
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Going to the top of the 7th inning, Garrett Stratton, who's been wheeling and dealing, remains on the hill after Cody Howard, the starting pitcher, went 4 2/3. Stratton has been in ever since. He's going to face 3, 4, and 5, Yamaguchi, Mariano, and Mam for the Ventura Pirates, but the Stars now lead 9-5. A second 4-run inning for Santa Barbara.
Yeah, if you're the head coaching and the rest of the coaching staff for the Foresters, you got to feel good after kind of breaking open that inning and really breaking open the game, really, for the Foresters. You have a guy on the mound like Garrett Stratton, who's just been spectacular so far this season and this game. And hopefully you can kind of continue that momentum and find a way to get a W in this kind of tumultuous game, if you will.
Stratton is ahead in the count. That first ball chopped foul down the left field line from Sean Yamaguchi. Where Yamaguchi is 1 for 3, base hit in the first, ground up to second, and also a strikeout. First time facing Stratton, the 0-1, and that's a check swing. Did he go? No, says our first base umpire. 1-1.
We talked about earlier how Stratton early on in his appearance today was really hounded on the fastball. However, he's done a really good job at kind of varying his pitching today, especially in the latter half of this appearance, and getting guys swinging on curveballs and changeups, especially with that kind of 12-6 movement. Really been fun to watch.
That third pitch in at 92 is low in the zone, but inducing the swing from Yamaguchi. And Stratton get ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Yamaguchi will see that breaking ball, spits on it, 2-2. It's the 6th batter that Stratton is facing here today. Give up the 2-out knock to Robert Pitts out in right field in the last inning. 2-2 pitch, and Yamaguchi drills this one left side. That will get through into left field, and Will Rogers will scoop it up out and left, but that is a leadoff single for Sean Yamaguchi, his second hit of the day.
Yeah, Stratton just kind of looked like he missed a little bit too much on that pitch. Seemed to be a fastball at around 92. Hung it a little bit too much in the zone, around the belt, and Yamaguchi found a way to get the barrel to the zone.
Bring up the first baseman, Mariano, who's having a fantastic day. 2 doubles, also a run scored, also an RBI. First pitch, and this one is lifted into right field. No, the second baseman gets there. Do they double him up? No, they do not. The ball will go past and into the dugout, and that's going to advance the base runner to second base. But Nolan Souza made a great galloping catch at second, tracking back to retire Mariano. Had a chance to double up Yamaguchi, but throws it into the dugout to advance the leadoff runner to second.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where, once again, great catch by Souza, but you felt like he kind of rushed that throw a little bit. He was throwing kind of a Jeter-esque look where he was thrown in the air to first, and unfortunately that ball snuck into the dugout. And for those that don't know, when it goes into the dugout, runner gets an extra base too. So now Stratton kind of have to work with a man on second in scoring position, which is a little difficult here.
Here's first pitch to Sean Mann, and that will miss in ball 1. So Mann's second, eliminating the double play here. Top half of the 7th, but the Sturs, after 4 runs in the 6th, now lead 9-5. Sean Mann 1 for 3 today. Trying to score Yamaguchi at second. Here's the pitch, and Mann sees it at 90 in ball 2.
Well, Stratton's got to be careful here with Mann as well. You know, we talked about him being 1 for 3. However, he had a line shot to right. He's putting together good at-bats. He's got some power behind him, so Stratton's got to make sure he's pitching intentionally and really have an open base, so you wonder if he's going to use it or not.
The follow man will be Treto. 2-0 pitch, and this one is missing in as well. Ball 3. Yeah, for Sean Mann, a single in the first, ground into a fielder's choice in the 3rd, and a line out into right in the 5th. First look at Garrett Stratton. All first 3 of those ABs against Cody Howard. And at second, 1 gone, 3-0 pitch, and Mann, we'll see ball 4, and he felt like that was just pitching around the zone there. That will be a walk to Sean Mann. Put 2 aboard.
Now batting for the Pirates, number 13, right fielder Robbie Treto.
Now Maxey out to have a word with Stratton. Batter will be Robbie Treto, and things, Stars need to be careful with 2 aboard. It's only a 4-run game, but a double play now in order with Mann at first.
Yeah, and Stratton's a smart guy. He knew what he was doing in that at-bat. He didn't really want to give Mann necessarily anything to hit. He had the open base. He recognized the situation, and now you got to force out at third as well. So, I mean, in reality, no harm done. And hopefully you just got to center yourself and get back and go attack Treto right here.
But Treto, last time up, did have an RBI double, which forced the exit of Cody Howard. That was the last batter that our starter faced. First pitch, this one skied into center field. Going back, Jonas Sebring will stay in the yard. Jonas Sebring moves forward and makes the squeeze, and the runner holds at second. And a massive second out for Stratton and the Sturs.
Now batting for the Pirates, the second baseman, number 3, Ethan Gonzalez.
Just going to bring up Ethan Gonzalez. Got 2 strikeouts and a walk today. But a big second out for Garrett, facing the 7-hole hitter now.
Not sure if Yamaguchi would have gone, but he did jump before, or excuse me, he jumped and got off the bag before Sebring even caught the ball. So regardless, Sturs making sure that the leadoff runner goes nowhere.
First pitch, and this one's in right center field. Jackson Freeman should have a play at it, and he will make the catch out and right. Ethan Gonzalez only needs to see 1 pitch, and he is retired out and right. And Garrett Stratton had a little bit of traffic behind him, but retires the side. It's stretch time from Santa Barbara. Sturs lead 9-5. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the 7th, Johnny Rodriguez will lead things off, and we'll have a pitching change for the Ventura Pirates. Braden Lowe will now enter the ball game, the right-hander on the hill. First pitch on the side armor. Misses for ball 1. For Rodriguez entering this plate appearance, 1 for 3. But a big hit in the 4th to drive in a pair of runs. 1-0 pitch and missing high, ball 2.
Well, and Braden Lowe, coming from the University of Hawaii, Hilo, had a 3 whip and 1-0 on the year. Only had 1 appearance for Hawaii this season.
9-5 our score. Sturs lead. 2-0 pitch, and this one's back up the middle. The shortstop slides over Akiyama, and the throw to first was in time. The trailing for Mariano remains on the bag to retire Johnny Rodriguez for the first out in the 7th.
And I don't know about you, Hunter. This might be the first time this season we've seen a guy that can truly be defined as a submarine specialist if you're a pitcher. You know, that's a big transition for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys in college haven't necessarily seen this type of pitcher before. You know, not necessarily throwing the hardest, but from that side angle, especially from a righty, you're seeing some really interesting stuff. And the way the ball comes across the plate and is released out of the hand, it's just kind of different. You got to get used to it.
That's the first pitch strike at 70 to Dom. Stands in with 1 away, bases clear. Dominic Smaldino today. Fly out into left, a walk, a double, and 2 runs scored. The 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Yeah, a couple of things change. Your eyesight, see how that ball's coming in, especially like you said, right-handed hitter, and the velocity. A lot less compared to some of the other pitchers. As this ball is fouled back, 72 to the delivery, means nothing in 2.
Well, and as a hitter, your eyes get really big when you see that velocity come out of his hand. You know, obviously not throwing that hard, but the arm action is different. You know, you got to get adjusted. A lot of times, these guys, a lot of their ball dies at the end of the pitch, so you got to make sure you're not too far out in front of it and rolling over too much, and that's what Dominic Smaldino needs to adjust with right here.
0-2, but a swing and a miss, and Smaldino retired, and Braden Lowe, 2 quick outs to start his outing. 2 gone in the 7th.
Sorry, I was going to say the jump there from 70 to 77, too. That's also what's difficult about kind of guys like this. So you feel like you got their speed dialed in, even on their off speed, and they kind of ramp it up a little bit, too. Their accuracy might not be there. However, they're able to kind of locate in the proper way. And like we just saw right there for Dominic Smaldino, just was not ready for that change of speed.
First pitch, that one from Lowe, 69 miles an hour. It's ball 1. Freeman, production in all 3 plate appearances today. Walk, an RBI base hit, and a sacrifice bunt in the last. 1-0 pitch, and that will miss high. That's ball 2. That's 78. One right before was at 69.
I mean, that's what makes this at-bat just so difficult for Jackson Freeman. You just don't know what's going to come out of his hand, especially this is the first inning we're seeing this type of pitching, and first time you're going to see it all year. So if you're the Foresters, you're not necessarily going to see it a lot. However, you got to be ready when a team like Ventura pulls this kind of guy out of their bullpen. You know, these guys are scattered all throughout the CCL, so you might see 1 or 2 more throughout the season.
3-0 pitch. Freeman will see ball 4. It's a 2-out walk for Jackson Freeman. He just keeps on rolling at the bottom of the order. 2nd walk of the day. 3rd time he reaches base, and that's going to bring around Dylan Maxey, top spot of the order.
Now batting for the Foresters, the catcher, number 21.
Dylan reached base 3 times today. He's also got 2 walks and an RBI base hit, just like Jackson Freeman. Except he has come around to score 2 runs in that top spot in the order. Sturs in the last inning put up 4 to take a 9-5 lead. First pitch, and Maxey sees it away, ball 1. Sturs did have a lead through 4, put up 4 runs in the 4th inning to take a 5-3 lead, but Ventura did tie it up in the 5th. It's a big last inning for Santa Barbara. Check back to first. No problems for Jackson. It's 1-0 for Dylan. Inching out at first is Freeman. Good size lead at first. Here's the second pitch, popped up, flared up towards the second baseman into right field, and Treto moves in and makes the squeeze to retire the side. Actually, he flies out. Jackson Freeman stranded on the bases. We head to the 8th. Santa Barbara lead 9-5 over Ventura.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Couple changes for both teams. Drew Markle now in center field for Jonas Sebring, and we'll have a pinch hitter for Grant Madrid Murray out of the 8th spot. Gabe Juarez will now bat from the right side after Madrid Murray 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. But it is a 9-5 game, top of the 8th, and Garrett Stratton remains in the ball game on the hill for Bill Pintard. First pitch to Juarez, and he will see a fastball high, ball 1.
Yeah, Stratton looking so good so far in this ball game. Did a fantastic job of kind of bridging the gap after Howard went down and been able to kind of consistently throw that fastball as well as working his change and curveball after the first kind of 2 innings he pitched. So great job so far by Stratton. Let's hope it keeps rolling.
First 2 missing from Garrett to Gabe Juarez. Should be Ethan Kearney on deck, and it will be. Scheduled next to 2-0, and Juarez will take a strike at 90 miles an hour, 2-1. Shadows getting longer. Half the infield cut off by Shadows now. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Juarez sees at 92, missing high. That is ball 3. Looks like there are arms up warming. It looks like Ty Zarodnik, the left-handed pitcher, warming in the bullpen. Stratton entered in the middle of the 5th, recorded the final out in that inning. Here's a 3-1, and Juarez swing and miss, full count.
Well, and Coach Ryan Kramer has been very vocal about how they do not have a lot of lefties on this Foresters roster regarding pitching, so they kind of got to use them sparingly, and they got to be very intentional when they do warm up a guy like Ty Zarodnik, who's been also spectacular so far for the Foresters.
Ball fouled off. It was a 3-2. We'll do it again. We were told by Coach Kramer to expect Stratton and Zarodnik both in this ball game. So you have to imagine Zarodnik, even if Stratton goes 1-2-3 in this inning, might come in the 9th with him warming up now. Remains 3-2. Here's the pitch, and Juarez will strike out Garrett. Stratton fell behind, but strikes out the pinch hitter. 1 down in the 8th.
Now batting for the Pirates, the left fielder, number 21, Ethan Kearney.
Great job by Stratton there, getting the strikeout, working both those off-speed pitches as well as that high fastball. He's been sitting about 92, 93 all day today, and the fact that Stratton, once again, just kind of continues to dominate against this Pirates lineup. He looks so comfortable out there today. It's really fun to watch.
9-5 our score. Here's Ethan Kearney off the first pitch, chops it over to TJ Pompey, slides in, but cannot field that ball, and TJ at short unable to scoop that ball up. That will go down as an E6. Ethan Kearney, the 9-hole hitter, will reach on the air.
Yeah, it seemed like TJ just kind of was looking at the base before he even had the ball in his hand. You know, that happens a lot with both middle infielders as well as first and third basemen. You know, they get ground balls and they kind of know exactly what they have to do with it. It's like clockwork for them. But because of that, they don't necessarily look at the ball, and it might take kind of an odd bounce here and there. And in that case, TJ just was not able to make the play.
It's going to bring up Robert Pitts, top of the order. Man at first now. Here's the first pitch. Check swing. Missing low. Ball 1. Robert Pitts today 2 for 4. Also a run scored. A base hit. First and in the 6th. Second pitch, and that will miss in for ball 2. Score remains 9-5. Top of the 8th inning. 1-out error. Kearney now at first. 2-0 pitch, and Pitts just sends off the end of the bat. 2-1.
Well, as you mentioned earlier in this inning, Hunter, the shadows are getting longer. Santa Barbara High School, the way that Eddie Matthews Field is situated, you do kind of get the setting sun coming in from the east, and so it is difficult to, in the west, and it's difficult to sometimes see, especially at second and first base.
There's a 2-1 missing high. That is ball 3. That's a good point. We've talked about that with Small Dino in his interview after he had the home run against the Bombers earlier in the week, saying this time of day comes wicked hard at first base for Johnny Rodriguez right now. Sun full of eyes. I should say eyes full of sun. 3-1 pitch will miss high, and that's going to be a walk to Robert Pitts at the top of the order. That's going to put 2 aboard with 1 down. It's going to bring up the shortstop, DJ Akiyama. And Stratton and company will need to be careful here. Now here comes Bill Pintard out of the first base dugout.
Well, and it looks like he is going to possibly make the change to Ty Zarodnik right now. Interesting move, but you feel like possibly in this game you don't want to, let Stratton go too long and kind of get out of hand. So this might be the right managerial decision. We'll see what Bill Pintard does right here.
Stratton has been very good today. He's just scattered out a couple base hits throughout his outing. The runner at second reaching on an error. The batter will be Akiyama. We have seen manager Pintard out there. Sometimes he goes out there and doesn't even make the change, just wants to get a temperature gauge, really, on the hill. And he's just going to leave his man out there. So Stratton, game will remain with him. After giving up the walk, here's Akiyama, who is 2 for 4 today. Pop up to second, RBI single. Single in the 5th, run scored, ground out to second.
Well, it's been a good sign from Stratton today, even on that walk to Pitts. It felt like when he was missing, it wasn't missing by much. He's been really dialed in, especially with that fastball today. So hopefully he can possibly induce a ground ball and turn 2 right here.
First pitch, Akiyama. We'll see a fastball strike at 93, 0-1. Big second out here if he's able to sit down Akiyama. See ahead in the count. Fastball strike to kick off plate appearance. He calls time, and once again on the same page with Dylan Maxey.
Not a bad time right there for Stratton, too, especially in this situation. You can't let any pitch go by without being on the same page as your catcher. So if you feel uncomfortable at any moment, feel free to call timeout, and Stratton did right there, and hopefully he can kind of reset himself and get ready for this next pitch and feel good and have Maxey on the same page as him.
Ethan Kearney at second, Pitts at first. The 0-1 pitch to Akiyama, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Stratton's been looking really good throwing that high fastball so far. Wouldn't be surprised if he mixed in a breaking ball at this at-bat, though.
That long look in. Bent over with that arm dangle. 1 gone. 0-2 pitch. Akiyama sees a high back pick at second. Did they get him? No. Very close. TJ, the shortstop, good effort running in. Great throw from Maxey. But getting back safely is Kearney.
Heck of an attempt right there, like you just mentioned. Great throw from Maxey. If the tag was a little lower, they might have had a shot right there.
It's 1-2. And the pitch, a breaking ball, swing and miss. Akiyama down on strikes. Breaking ball from Stratton got him. 2 down in the 8th.
I mean, that's a beautiful pitch from start to finish. That break on that curveball, 81 miles an hour. A heck of a discrepancy, and making Akiyama shake his head, not even knowing really what he's going to see on that. Fantastic job by Garrett Stratton today.
And a massive second out here in the top of the 8th. 9-5 our score. Runner at second, runner at first, 2 out. Stratton takes a moment on the hill. He started this inning, and he wants to finish it. Yamaguchi, 2 for 4. Pirates, offensively, they've had a good amount of hits throughout this game. First pitch, and a big hack and fastball high in the zone, strike 1.
Well, and Stratton's done so well, too, in this inning. He's controlling the tempo. He realizes that we're on his time, you know. He's able to kind of take a rest here and there, take a timeout, get on the same page as Maxey. And I think the timeout called by Bill Pintard earlier in this inning was crucial to make sure that Stratton felt comfortable on the mound, as well as kind of recenter himself and get him ready for the rest of these at-bats.
Look into Dylan. Garrett Stratton. The 0-1 pitch. Yamaguchi sees a breaking ball for a strike, 0-2 to the third baseman. That last one at 80 on the curveball from Stratton. 2 aboard, 2 gone in this 4-run game. Stratton. An 0-2 count. The pitch. And Yamaguchi pops up in a shallow right. Jackson Freeman tries to get there, and he cannot make the catch. 1 run will score, and the runner at second will be held up. But Ethan Kearney from second comes in to score, and Robert Pitts held at third. That ball just plops its way down in shallow right. Yamaguchi brings in a run.
Yeah, you saw the effort from Jackson Freeman in right. He was playing a little back to ensure there wasn't any big hits, and unfortunately, that kind of flick of the wrist by Yamaguchi was able to send one to right, and just in the exact right spot. Freeman laying out, great effort, just unable to make the play.
It's now a 3-run game, and the tying run at the plate for Jose Mariano. The pitch, and pitch at 89, missing high for ball number 1, Mariano. Ground into a fielder's choice. 2 doubles, a run driven in, a run scored, and a line out to second. Runners on the corners, the 1-0 pitch, and this one's skied into right. A little bit of an easier play now for Freeman, who just has to slide over and makes the squeeze for the 3rd out of the inning. Ventura do score 1, but we go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Santa Barbara Foresters lead 9-6 over Ventura.
Attention fans.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Drew Markle with a new walk-up song today. Will be leading things off in the 8th. He came in defensively for Jonas Sebring. That's at the 2nd spot now. Will hit for the first time today. Looks to lay down a bunt, but will take a strike from a brand new pitcher, Jacob Russell. Also a new catcher, Brody Brown, now catching for the brand new pitcher for the Pirates, Jacob Russell. And Russell, southpaw, the 0-1 pitch, and Drew quickly down the count, 0-2. When we were on the road, we saw Markle in the first base dugout when he was about to hit late in the game at Arroyo, and Poker Face was playing, and he's like, oh, I love this song. It's going to have to be my new walk-up song. So here we are today, Poker Face, new walk-up song, and the 0-2 pitch down low for ball 1.
Well, unfortunately, Drew Markle has been struggling early on in the season, and this type of situation, you got to do anything that makes you feel good, makes you feel comfortable, kind of switch your mojo up a little bit. You know, if Poker Face does it for Drew Markle, then who are we to complain?
And Drew Markle in the left center field. Poker Face can play a few more times for Drew. The pinch hit, and he's got a single. So Drew Markle, a leadoff knock to kick off the bottom of the 8th.
I mean, you know what? Whatever works, you know?
Now batting for the fourth.
I honestly don't hate it as a walk-up song either. And if he's vibing to it, then you know what? Let the kid have his fun. Let the boys play.
I was actually pretty close to the dugout when he heard it, and his eyes lit up, and he's like, man, this song is perfect. So here's Patterson. Sturs lead 9-6, bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Daniel, and he sprays it foul over the first base dugout, strike 1.
I mean, a little bit of gaga never hurt nobody.
No. And you see the first baseman, Jose Mariano, shielding some with his right hand. Definitely an impact on the first baseman now. Any ground balls are going to be thrown their way from any other infielder. The 0-1 pitch, and Patterson sees a breaking ball in, 1-1. Bunch of the changes in this inning. Of course, Markle hitting for the first time. Jacob Russell, the new arm, to relieve Braden Lowe, who just went an inning in the last. 1-1 pitch. And Patterson chops it over to second base. Gonzalez slides over, spins, and a good throw to first base to retire Daniel. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, Markle's actually doing a good job making sure he didn't get hit with that ball. Did not want to pull a Dylan Maxey on that one and, you know, get out. But he also kind of shielded the ball and shielded the second baseman, so he kind of had to make the play. And Markle recognizes how fast he is, so he knew he can get over to second. And, you know, good job by Daniel Patterson. Moving the guy over, keeping the line moving.
That's going to bring up Nolan Souza. 9-run lead for the Sturs, bottom of the 8th. First pitch, and Nolan will see a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Souza, in the last time he stood in the 6th, 2 RBI base hit, 4 runs in the 6th inning to make at that point a 4-run lead. That really broke the game open. The lead now at 3 for Santa Barbara. But Markle at second. 1 out. The 0-1 pitch. And Souza on a breaking ball. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, Souza really breaking open the game last inning. Being able, or excuse me. Yeah, it was in the 6th, I believe, and getting that huge RBI rip and adding some insurance runs for the Foresters and making sure Garrett Stratton felt even more comfortable on the mound.
Will Rogers is on deck. Couple glares back from Jacob Russell. 0-2 pitch. Souza lifts it into left. Going back is Kearney, and he will make the catch, and Drew Markle back to second base, 2 gone. Souza the fly out. Second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Will Rogers. Left fielder today, who's also a big part of that 6th inning. He had the 2 RBI triple, which really made the game a lot different at that point in that 6th inning. 2 4 spots today for the Sturs. 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 6th.
Well, you felt like, too, especially with Will Rogers with his at-bats. He's having some great at-bats so far today in this season, so you felt like at some point he was kind of due, and being able to poke it out into right, add some power behind it, and get the bases clearing triple and get the boys going. Always exciting.
Bottom of the 8th, 2 gone. Sturs by 3 runs. Runner goes. Markle to third base. The throw down. Markle slides in. Safe. And Drew 90 feet away from an extra run for the Sturs.
Yeah, Markle is a speedy guy. And with that good of a jump, I feel like the throw was almost not even needed from Ventura.
First pitch was a strike to Rogers at 88 from Jacob Russell. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this ball is chopped a high first bounce. DJ Akiyama, the shortstop, backhands at the throw over. It was a laser, not in time. An infield single for Will Rogers to score. Drew Markle. It is now 10-6. Sturs lead back to 4.
Well, and that's just an effort play by Will Rogers. Recognizes he's going to have to try to beat it out on the ground. Knows the guy's at third. And just chugging it down the line. Being able to do it today. Will Rogers, a huge impact on the Foresters. Having that triple as well as getting Drew Markle in to add a few more runs on the scoreboard for the Foresters late in this ball game.
It's going to bring up TJ Pompey. Now the cushion back to 4 runs for the Sturs. First pitch to TJ, and this one's grounded over to short. Akiyama just flips it to his second baseman Gonzalez for the force out. But Will Rogers tacks on one more. Drew Markle scores, and it is now a 10-6 lead. Going to the 9th, Sturs lead the Pirates.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We go to the 9th inning. Sean Mann will lead things off, but we will have a pitching change for the Sturs. Ty Zarodnik will now enter this ball game in the 9th. Left-handed pitcher, the Sturs leading 10-6, looking for 3 more outs and to close out this victory. Sean Mann batting from the right side. First pitch from Ty Zarodnik. That was down low for ball 1, but Garrett Stratton, phenomenal day out of the pen.
Yeah, I mean, just great stuff. He did a fantastic job of kind of calming the seas, if you will. 3 and a third pitch, gave up 3 hits, 4 Ks, only 1 earned run. Did a fantastic job today at making sure the Foresters had a really solid middle half of this game and really was locating well. And he did a great job. He honestly would have got out of that inning with no runs, doing best he could, getting 2 pop flies at the end of that inning. One, unfortunately, fell right next to a diving Jackson Freeman. However, Stratton doing a fantastic job, and hopefully Zarodnik can follow suit and close out this ball game.
First 2 pitches missing from Ty. 2-0 offering, and Mann will take a strike at 87, 2-1.
I will say, Hunter, it was fun watching Garrett Stratton throw the ball today. Confident, cool, collected, and throwing with some power. Just a fantastic job by GS.
2-1 pitch, and Sean Mann will see ball 3 down low. On deck should be Robbie Trato. Pirates will bring in a pinch hitter, but it will be Trato to hit next. man today. 1 for 3. His hit came in the first. He also worked a walk his last plate appearance against Garrett Stratton. 3-1. And man fouls it back into the glove. Strike 2. Full count. Top of the 9th, 10-6. The Sturs were able to tack on one more cushion run. In the bottom of the 8th, Markle came in to score the 10th run of the ball game. Comes a payoff pitch, and man will strike out. No, he just taps it. Looks like actually nearly gloved it, but we'll do it again. Sean Mann just able to stay alive. Leadoff man in the 9th. The Barons trying to put some pressure on the Sturs. They've dropped 4 straight. Dropped a tough one yesterday. Payoff pitch, and man, this time down on strikes. Ty Zarodnik strikes out the first man he faces. Pirates down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, Zarodnik taking hints from Garrett Stratton today. Attacking batters. Knows where he is, has the runs for some comfort. Looking good out there. Ty Zarodnik doing the dirty work.
So here's Robbie Trato. Bases clear, 1 gone. Trato lines this one, actually rolls it over to TJ Pompey, backhands it, and the throw will get past Johnny Rodriguez. I think he lost that baseball in the sun.
Most definitely. He's telling Pompey to get those throws a little lower. He really can't see out there.
Just saw him move to the side of the bag, completely blinded by the sun. In a few more minutes, that play wouldn't happen. The sun about to go behind some buildings beyond the left field fences. So with 1 out, Trato will reach. That's going to bring up Ethan Gonzalez. First pitch to Ethan, and Gonzalez chops it into the first base dugout. That's strike number 1.
Yeah, it's difficult out there right now. Obviously, Rodriguez having some tough time at first, but you know, you really can't blame anyone on that. Just it's the sun, especially with that backhanded play. Pompey trying to gun it over to first and just kind of gets lost in the light.
The 0-1, and this ball is lined in right. That ball will get down in front of Freeman. That's down the right field line, looking to hold up. He will hold up at first, and that will put runners on the corners. Things could get interesting here. The Pirates, 2 aboard, only a single out. Robbie Trato, who reached on that play from Pompey to Rodriguez to third, and Gonzalez now a base hit down the right field line. And that's going to bring up Gabe Juarez. No, it won't be. It's going to be Brody Brown. Juarez pinch hit in the last inning, and that'll be Brody Brown who took over the catching duties to hit for the first time.
Well, and you feel for Ty Zarodnik in this situation because you got the ground ball. Unfortunately, the sun was not your friend on that play from Pompey to Rodriguez. But in a normal situation, if you get that out, you know, that's just a 2-out liner and, you know, no harm done. But now you got guys in the corner threatening, and you got to double down.
First pitch to Brody Brown down low, ball 1. You even feel like right now, just a few minutes since that ball over to Rodriguez, the sun might be low enough where that play wouldn't have happened. It was just the perfect time of day. That ball completely was lost from Rodriguez in the sun. 1-0 pitch, and Brody Brown spits on. That is ball 2. With 1 out, still a ground ball will do it here. Will they try to send Ethan Gonzalez at first to eliminate that double play? Gonzalez inches his way out from first. 2-0 pitch, and that is in there for a strike at 87, 2-1.
Well, what you don't want to have happen is Ethan Kearney, which would be the tying run, get out to the plate right now. You know, he's had a decent day, had a double, as well as gotten on base, so you just don't want any opportunity to tie this ball game at all.
2-1 pitch. Brody Brown over to third base. The backhand, there's going to be 1 at second. Will it be 2? Yes, it will. The 5-4-3 double play to end the ball game. And the Sturs take it 10-6. Great work around the horn.
I mean, fantastic job. Way to stay calm, cool, and collected from Daniel Patterson at third. And maybe that's exactly what Ty Zarodnik wanted to happen, you know, finish out the game with a bang. But once again, Foresters, great team win. Fantastic comeback. You know, a lot of ebbs and flows of the game, but once again, to Hunter, we saw the offense kind of get going at the right time, which is perfect.
Don't go anywhere. We'll hear from Will Rogers in just a few moments. But Cole, before we go, thoughts on this game and going into tomorrow's game against San Diego? It was a big win for the Sturs today, 10-6.
Yeah, I mean, this was a grind session. I mean, no one will tell you anything else. You know, the fact that the Foresters were able to kind of come back after being down and tied early. Really great job. Fantastic at-bats from a lot of guys today. We mentioned Will Rogers. But I also want to shout out guys like the bottom of the order, Jackson Freeman, who had a fantastic day, as well as Drew Markle getting it done at the right times. You know, combination of good running, good hitting, as well as some fantastic defense and amazing pitching by both Garrett Stratton and Ty Zarodnik to finish the job against the Pirates today. Great job by the Foresters.
Well, we'll hear from Will Rogers when we return, so don't go anywhere. Once again, final score 10-6. We'll hear from Will when we return.
Time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Welcome back to Santa Barbara, and we are joined by Will Rogers today. Will, thanks for joining us, man.
For sure. Yeah, glad to be here. It was a good one. It was a fun one.
Yeah, so Will, you drove in 3 runs today, had that big triple. How was that? How was the whole game for you?
It was fun. It was really fun today. Cody came out and shoved just like he's been doing. He didn't have his best stuff today. When he's on, it's pretty lights out, but he didn't have his best stuff, and he still did really good and battled and worked through some stuff and gave us a bunch of innings. Makes it a lot easier on the bullpen to come in and do their job.
And for you, we've seen you all over the place. Seen you as DH, left field today, pitching. Where'd you play growing up? Did you, as in position-wise, were you always all the way around the field, or were you a specific position?
Yeah, I mean, I always moved around the field when I was little. probably 12, little league stuff like that, shortstop, pitcher, catcher, anything. And then high school, I played my first year at second base, played a little bit of outfield, and then the rest of the time a lot of catcher. First 2 years in college at Arizona State, I was a left fielder. Pitched a little bit more sophomore year, and then my last year at Michigan was primarily catching, and then about 50 innings pitching.
And how's that transition going from catching to pitching? Is there anything mentally that you try to change, or what's even the preparation getting ready for a game, pitching versus hitting and catching?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different, kind of that switch, especially from going to being a hitter to a pitcher. There's definitely a big switch. As a hitter and a catcher, you're reacting to the pitcher both times, whereas when you have the ball, it's in your control and your tempo and rhythm and stuff like that. So there's definitely a switch that has to get flipped, whether it's from catching to hitting or hitting to pitching, whatever it is.
Has there ever been a situation in this past year where you've had to go from catching straight out to the hill in like a save situation?
Yeah, at Michigan, I'd say it happened 3 or 4 times, I want to say. I went straight from catching and got onto the bump.
And how was that?
It was, I mean, it's definitely weird and you don't see it a lot, but I have an absolute blast doing it. I love being on the field and playing, so it's a whole lot of fun for me.
Awesome. Well, it was a lot of fun watching you. Random question of the day, favorite post-game meal for you?
Post-game meal, I mean, this one's obvious, Chipotle.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with Chipotle. Burrito, bowl, mix it up a little, it doesn't matter.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Will, thank you so much. Great watching today. It was really fun. Appreciate you catching up with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's awesome.
Thanks to Will Rogers for joining us today. And once again, the final score from Santa Barbara, 10-6. The Sturs take it over the Ventura Pirates. So for all the crew behind the scenes, for Will Rogers and Cole Walker, I am Hunter Shumick saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow with another first pitch at 4:30 when the Sturs welcome in the San Diego Sunrays. We'll see you then.